Late, bro.
thumbnail,
We're
Krow.
always late. We're
Bro,
always
when have we
late.
ever started at 7:30, bro? Like, this
You got to
never
build the
happened.
suspense.
You like the thumbnail,
Exactly.
Krow?
I love it. I love it. That's the
No.
first thing we're gonna talk about.
But y'all, I hope y'all realize it's not even
Alright, we
suspense
live.
building. Sometimes we're just always late.
Oh, we live? We good?
Yeah.
All right, I'll wait for it to refresh. Let me see. Yes, sir. We are good to go. All
Got a
right.
South Park ad.
We did? Oh,
Yeah.
well, I got YouTube Premium, so I don't know about that. But nah, let me stop. Welcome to OPU Podcast, episode 19. I feel like it's been a while. Am I tripping?
It's been a couple weeks.
It's been a while.
Jeez, man. I was in the wrong streaming channel and all, bro. But we are back, and it's time to have some fun. We have some very special guests with us today, and that is the Volume 1 Podcast. I'm going to let y'all introduce yourselves a little bit. And
You go first, Megan.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I thought you said I was like, okay, but yeah.
My bad. I'm too
No,
excited.
you good.
Hello, I'm Megan from Volume 1 Podcast. I'm a little sick right now. I usually don't sound like this. But I'm here. I'm ready to talk One Piece. I'm ready to get into this amazing chapter. If you don't know us, we're Volume 1 Podcast. My co-host is sitting next to me, just staring at me, like literally explain the podcast. So we review anime and manga on our channel. We talk One Piece every week, react to the anime. We became weekly readers actually last year.
Yeah.
So we're going on 2 years
It's
now.
a little over,
Hey.
but not much.
Yeah, not much.
Yeah.
We were pretty much like current on Egghead. That's when we became
Yeah,
weekly,
yeah.
which is kind of crazy now.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm Josh, but everything that she said, yes, happy to be here, excited to talk about One Piece with you guys. This has been a long time coming, and I'm glad we can make it happen. And yeah, thanks for having us.
Oh, for
All
sure.
right. Any of you stragglers in chat who are not subscribed to their channel, go and subscribe right now. I don't want to see
Please
any
do.
slacking business. Go hit the
Please
sub button.
do.
All right.
Yes, sir. All right. We're gonna hop right into it then. This thumbnail, very interesting. I can only imagine that our resident Zoro fan, one of many, Preach, must be upset or something. What's going on with this thumbnail, bro?
Listen, bro. You know, I'm
you
a
feeling?
huge Zoro fan, but I still like to meme around. And I saw King of Lightning post. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna use this for the thumbnail.
Bro, oh my God. That's a hilarious outcome. A lot of people, it's very divisive, as you can imagine, with agenda piece being so rampant online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
but bro, I'll be honest. That did pop into my head when I saw it. Like when he was standing like that, I was like, yo, this kind of is like a nothing happened moment for Lucci.
A lot of people was trying to equate it to the white beard, the One Piece is real moment. I was like, I don't know about that one. But
Yeah, that's giving Lucci a little too much credit right there.
exactly.
A little too much. We gave him too much credit. Like Whitebeard and Zoro did their thing after their said moment. What did Lucci do? Snitch 5
He
minutes after.
snitched,
Not even
yeah,
5
he
minutes,
did.
30 seconds after.
Immediately after.
Yeah.
Spilled the
Immediately.
beans. But respectfully, I think all of us would with a giant demon bird standing in front of us. But nah, he was cooked.
Yeah.
So overall, what are you guys' thoughts on the fight itself? I'm gonna start with y'all. Volume 1, y'all can pick who talks first. I don't know how y'all do the thing. But, what's y'all thoughts on Zoro versus Lucci in general?
I mean, I liked it. I did think that it was a little weird at times because obviously it felt like Zoro wasn't really taking the fight seriously at all at one point, and Jinbei had to show up and be like, stop fucking around. Like, we have to go. Like, we need to get out of here. Like, we're in danger.
Yeah, it was like equating we call him like Theo Jinbei on our channel,
Right.
because he's built like a Theo.
Like,
And if you don't know what that is, it's like it's Spanish for uncle.
yeah.
Because the Hawaiian shirt, he's got the vibes like at the barbecue, like he's barbecuing, he's got Crocs
Theo,
on,
bro.
like
That actually does make so much
He
sense.
is.
yeah.
He is
So
a big ass Theo.
we call him Theo Jinbei. So he's like picking up Zoro from the park that he doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want to leave the park. He's
Yeah.
playing too much. He's like a child. He had to be picked up and dragged away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with Josh.
Yeah,
What I'm
it was cool. I mean, a lot of it happened off screen, and it felt like it was happening in the background of everything else. So it didn't even really get like that much attention. But yeah, I thought it was kind of crazy that while everybody else was doing everything they were doing, that Zoro was just kind of like literally like playing around. It felt like with Lucci, and then obviously, you know, the fight ended the way it did. Jinbei had to throw that line in there too for for Twitter. He had to say, like, you know, just to be clear on the record, you did win this fight.
If he did it, it would have been nasty. Oh my goodness, bro.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, towards the end, it kind of came out of nowhere, like Lucci kind of feeling, you know, the way he was feeling about Kaku, like asking for his protection or whatever at the very end. But I kind of like that too. Yeah, I guess I just didn't expect him to, I don't know, to react that way or to like ask about Kaku like that. I don't know.
That was surprising for sure.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I did like that though because Oh, go ahead.
No, I would say that. Let me know how you feel about the fight.
Oh, I mean the fight. Bro. The only thing I wish we could have seen more is a little bit more of the fight, because we saw so much with Luffy and Saturn, and so I would have liked to seen a little bit more with Zoro, because he hasn't really done much in this arc. But I will say though, like with the whole thing with Lucci, and Kaku, I did like it because if you remember back to like the cover story with CP9, I think. Like they saved him, and you could see they had a bond even when they were growing up. And like I feel like the CP9 group, I feel like especially Lucci and Kaku have a little bit more of a connection. And so I kind of didn't like that we got to see that from Lucci's side, because he's always been so cold-hearted, and kind of like paying back the favor. It's like they saved him at Enies Lobby, and then, you know, he kind of wants to give back to Lucci or to Kaku. My bad.
Yeah. All right, Prince, how are you feeling, man?
Man, a lot of things, but for one, relieved, because I find it hilarious that Zoro instantly finished the fight the moment Sanji said some shit, and I find that so funny. And it's like just building more on the whole thing of Zoro and Sanji. And honestly speaking, I can kind of feel like maybe a conclusion to their whole like rivalry of some sorts in Elbaf, because it started in Little Garden with the whole hunting contest. And now that the giant captain squash should be, you never know. Maybe Zoro and Sanji could figure out a way to squash something once they get to Elbaf. But it's just like little tiny details that make it so funny that like Sanji just called him a burden. And the fact that Zoro can hear Jinbei but kind of ignore him. But as soon as Sanji said something, he's like, all right, I'm not only finishing the fight, but I'm also going to get out of here. So then he just finished it out of nowhere. Lucci is down. And then I just find it hella funny. But I do think that the one thing I would have appreciated more, like Krow said, was just to see the fight more in a way and just kind of see the process of it. Like maybe like flashing between what's going on in like Egghead throughout all the different like characters and stuff. But at the same time, I do agree that like the main focus is something so much bigger than Zoro and Lucci. So I do like kind of see why Oda's like so focused on one center of Egghead. So it makes sense, because that thing is like a complete like it's almost a catastrophe at this point. Like it is nuts, like how big, or just in general, like what the incident is going to be, because it's foreshadowed to be something bigger than Ohara. So if that's the case, then it's got to be something mind-blowing. And so far it has been. So I'm just more excited to see what's in store for that, which we're about to talk about anyways. So yeah.
Oh, for sure. I think my favorite meme I've seen from the end of the fight was they put Lucci's face over Kaido's and told Zoro, he said, you leave a scratch. Oh my goodness. That was hilarious. But overall, I see a lot of people just trying to force some narratives like, yeah, Zoro cooked him. I don't know if I really want to think he was stalling. I think that maybe he could have gotten more serious, but I just think Lucci was also giving him a pretty good fight for the most part, because I think it's too much going on the island, and Zoro is kind of aware of these threats for him to just be playing around with Lucci. So the idea that he was like, you know, stalling, I don't know if I agree with that, but he also could have locked in earlier for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, to be fair, oh my bad, but if you think about it, like from Zoro's perspective or from a fight perspective, right? If you were to let Lucci loose, and we know how much of a annoying little piece of shit Lucci is, he's just gonna try to make everything hell for not only the Straw Hats but for Vegapunk because it's his mission to do so. And if Zoro wasn't there, who knows what could have happened? Because although like there's like things that are very tough to change, like beating Luffy and trying to figure out what's going on with Vegapunk and his like big ass massive head that's about to get exploded in Egghead, but just the whole thing, Lucci could just throw a tiny wrench in their plan and it just becomes much worse for the Straw Hats. So for Zoro to be kind of like that roadblock is actually kind of important. So I do agree that like stalling actually was kind of an important factor here to give Luffy and the crew time. And now that
I agree. I think the stalling, from Oda's perspective, the stalling is what makes sense. But from Zoro's perspective, I think he would just put him down.
Oh, you just put him down.
Yeah. That was the only thing. I don't know. I don't think that was something that Zoro was just kind of like
considering.
Saying, but like, I think that he. I don't know. I do feel obviously Zoro's incredibly powerful, and I feel like he could have, like you said, locked in and really, taking
100%.
care of Lucci, because he was having fun with the fight. Like you could see it in his face. I feel like in a lot of the panels.
Yeah,
like,
but like you're saying, like this was important for Oda to be like, okay, let's let's draw this thing out a little bit longer, narratively wise,
Yeah, and not to underestimate, Lucci, but at the same time. Yeah, they're dealing with Gorosei, dude. They're dealing with all of them. All of them showed up in one place, and they're having to, send somebody to go, like Megan said, pick up Zoro from the park.
Well, yeah, he would have been lost on the way back.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But... You need to come in and give him some help.
Yeah,
so funny, bro. I love that for Jinbei, honestly.
Yeah, it makes so much sense.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
It's like a small nitpick I saw was Jinbei when he's attacking Lucci and he apologized. It's like, I don't know why you apologize, because even Zoro knew that Lucci was going to backstab them, right? So I get that they kind of teamed up for a second, but I don't know why you would have any remorse for Lucci at this point.
Maybe he was just saying like, okay, you're on your last leg, and I'm finna just sneak in and hit you again. Like, maybe it's not an honorable thing to do.
It's like
a gentleman's fighter.
Interfering with this fight. Yeah.
He's like, I understand it's a duel, a 1v1, but you got your shit clapped, so I gotta end it now.
You're
done. But at the same time, reading the officials, it kind of makes it sound like, look like, I don't know if I agree with it, but a point I saw a lot of people making was that in the officials, it's not in his 5,000 brick chop. And it's like, there was like, he kind of did like a smoke screen or whatever and ran away. Because if you look at it, it doesn't look like Lucci was actually hit.
Yeah.
So, because TCB did fist for some reason, and official did chop as if like he didn't hit him, he just chopped down on the ground to make a smoke screen so they can escape. So I don't know. I don't got no stock into that. I don't really know, but that could be a thing.
Sounds like that's your agenda right now. Dude.
No. Listen,
it most definitely is. It most definitely is.
How? I don't care about this fight at all. This fight helped me in ways. Now it's done. I'm good.
I think the big question now is Zoro going to fight Venus Judo? Even a clash, bro. Even like a little, just a confrontation or something.
I guess I'm a clown now thinking back to how wrong I was. But I was thinking, 11/11, Zoro's birthday. Maybe we get Zoro clash with Nojiro. We can get a little information about the Shodai Kitetsu. Maybe some Black Blade stuff. But it looked like that wasn't the plan because we didn't see Nojiro at all this chapter and barely Zoro. So, that didn't happen. But yeah.
I think even the Gorosei too zeroed in on the fact that, it's time to exterminate the damn planet. Like, we need to get this shit done now.
Yeah, and the Straws are trying to escape as fast as possible too.
Yeah, I think that's their game right now. Like, they don't even really have time to stop and fight. They're just trying to get the hell out of there.
Or if they even can.
if they can.
Yeah, they're trying to get out.
But I mean, it would definitely be cool at some point to see them, go up against each of them, kind of go up against their own Gorosei, But like, not each of them.
We've had this conversation.
We have had this conversation
so many times.
Ooh.
But
who the Straw Hats would get in terms of the Gorosei matchups and stuff.
That and who really could, based on what we've seen, based on the power we've seen from the Gorosei, who really could go.
Who can put up a fight?
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
Actually, you know what? I'm down to derail. Who did you consider? I'm actually curious about this.
I mean, we saw Sanji, do what he did, which
Of
was
course.
like pretty crazy. So obviously, I feel like, again, it's just because honestly, bro, what throws a wrench into it is that I feel like just based on what we've seen from Saturn, the Gorosei are kind of all over the place in terms of like, obviously they're incredibly powerful, but sometimes I feel like Saturn made some really dumb calls because obviously he felt like everybody was beneath him, insects, cockroaches, whatever.
He's cocky as fuck.
Yeah, he's super cocky. But I don't know, man. Sometimes I just felt like he was doing things that
Because he's underestimating them. He's
and I get it.
underestimating
And
them. That is the one thing that you do not do with fucking Luffy because you will get your ass smacked.
That's true.
And he learned that
Very
shit.
true.
He got his ass fucking smacked. And then he's like, oh, okay, now I have to fucking be serious now. The fucking giants are here. Oh, shit. Let's get serious now.
But see,
Like-
that's the thing. I mean, even Dory and Broggy were able to, hold back.
Because they know their shit. They're they are them. They're their guys. Like, they know. They're not even stressing. They're like, oh, there's a pig over there. Bonk. They do not give a fuck. Like, they are in it. They are locked in because they know. Like, they're like, you know who these people are? Oh, we know.
Yeah,
We know who they are.
we didn't.
They know the sun god's here. They gotta pick them up.
Was it last
Yeah.
week when Dorian Broggy sliced the Gorosei in three pieces?
yeah, that was last chapter. Yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't
Yeah.
stream last week, bro. That was that was one of my favorite moments.
Bro, I was gonna also talk about that one panel, the like 5 Gorosei with one tiny Luffy panel in the
Man,
last chapter.
Man.
That was my favorite panel.
Yeah.
My
Bro, that
goodness,
looks
bro.
so cool.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show how
Uh,
ginormous the Gorosei are. And that's what Sabo had to look at up in
Yep.
Marijua, which is nuts.
I think that's the first double page spread since Dressrosa, bro.
Yeah, that's what people were saying. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
Wild.
That's a long time. Bro. That's wild.
They deserve it though. I mean, the Gorosei, man, we've been waiting for this for how long?
Big deals.
Years.
And it's crazy that all of them showed up at once. When that shit happened,
Yeah.
I had it in my head, dude, that they were all like, I don't know, that they were gonna go up against them one at a time. Like maybe another one was gonna come to Elbaf or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they
Yeah.
just all rolled up at the same time. That was the farthest thing from what I thought was gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, I did not expect that at all. I thought Saturn getting taken out this arc, then they gonna go on the hunt, like try and get revenge or whatever. Who knows? But Oda definitely threw a wrench in our expectations for sure. So I want to pivot back to that matchup conversation because I'm
Okay.
interested to hear what y'all were thinking. So we can go one by one with the Gorosei. Obviously, I can't call him Gandhi in my mind. Venus Zero
Yeah.
is Zoro. Like I think that's something that's just a foregone conclusion, right?
I mean, he's
Yeah,
a swordsman, so it's kind of like probably
Yeah. I've also seen people say Brooke. I think Brooke would be kind of cool.
Oh my God.
But I'm not gonna stand for Brooke slander.
Me neither.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay.
We haven't even seen Brooke handle business the way he can handle business. I don't know, but that's where it gets tricky because I don't know. I feel like it's definitely gonna take 2 or 3 Straw Hats in some cases to go up against one Gorosei.
For sure.
And I think that they're letting themselves sort of get attacked the way they're being attacked because nothing can hurt them. Like nothing can hurt them. Even throwing their own attacks back at them can't hurt them. So
Yeah, that
I don't
was
know.
interesting to me, for
Yeah,
sure.
what it's gonna be that is gonna even be able to take them out. So I do like that though. Zoro. I'm gonna keep saying Gandhi too. I don't know why. I can't.
Yeah, it's
I'm just used to it.
Take
Yeah,
it,
me
bro.
too.
Oh my
It's been
God,
so
bro.
long.
yeah.
Sanji's uncle Gandhi just got all of them. That's in my head, bro. But let me see. All right, Jupiter.
Ooh.
I was going Sanji at first, but I don't see the worm in Sanji. I see Sanji with someone else. I can see power is the only issue here. Okay. Because I was like, y'all remember when Usopp and Chopper fought the mole?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was gonna say in Alabasta.
Yeah, but like, are we being serious? Usopp and Chopper versus a Gorosei? All right, like, come on.
I
now.
mean, if we fucking get to see Monster Point Chopper again, if we ever get to see that again, I don't know.
Yeah.
Bro, I want to see Berserk Chopper again. Come on. Like
That's what
he needs it. He
I
needs to
know.
get like disrespect off him too because people still think he's just a pet. It's so sad, man.
Okay, I can't. I'll go spiral. I'll spiral right now. I can't do this shit anymore any longer.
I
Okay.
respect Chopper. I respect Chop,
Oh.
man.
Just respect him. You don't. He doesn't have to be your fucking favorite. Just respect the fucking doctor of the ship.
Bro,
Yeah,
he
we
saved
have-
so many lives at this point. It's like he's probably one of the most important people on the crew. Not to mention his devil fruit is probably a huge secret that's gonna be like
Yep.
exposed to be something so closely related to Luffy because of the whole human thing. So Chopper's a huge part
I'll
of
be
the
honest,
story.
I
I'm
think
just waiting on.
I
I'm
think I
bidding
got
my
a lot
time.
more respect for Chopper at this point than Usopp.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, shit.
Bro, I made a joke too because when Dorian Broggie showed up and he was like, "Oh, my masters, they're here," that's when he decided to fucking do shit. That's when he wasn't doing shit before they showed up. You know,
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's
I
got to
hate
impress
it,
for the
bro.
Elbafs.
Yeah, I
Elbaf
love
for
him. I do
Usopp
love
is
him.
make it or break it for him. I've been saying
Yeah.
this. It's like it's the one thing that'll define his character, and we all are assuming, I think, that Elbaf is going to be pretty big in terms of like arc size, so he has the time to like bring his character up and like actually make something defining with it. But it's either Elbaf or nothing for me. If he doesn't do it at Elbaf, it's not redeemable in my opinion.
Oh my god, we got a super chat from my boy Double O Flevance.
no.
He said,
Oh,
"Shout out to OPU. We
Oh,
missing the boys last week. Yeah, we missed y'all for sure. Top man showings were strong. They definitely were. And he's not gonna glaze over Zoro need Sanji to go hard. I'm not gonna read that how you typed it, brother. You're not gonna get me. And black paint makes an unexpected appearance. I wanted to talk about that because that's funny, bro.
That was funny.
That's hilarious.
And then, like, oh my goodness,
The
I was
the
watching
art
King
for it
of
too.
Lightning react to the chapter, right? And he's like, Luffy, a baseball bat, black paint, and then first Mihawk, and bro, I started laughing, bro.
Yo, King Lion the ghost streamer, bro.
It was so funny, bro. Like that's the first thing that comes to his mind.
That was my favorite moment of the whole chapter.
Yeah,
it
making
was
the
hilarious.
baseball bat.
That might have been some of my favorite Gear 5 stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
for sure. I liked it more than the pizza stuff. Like this was way better. than
Bro,
that.
it was so funny the fact that he's like, oh, they explode, but he hit it, and when he hit it, the impact it didn't even explode until he launched it after.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Luffy just breaks physics, bro. He breaks any idea of what makes sense.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've been thinking about Luffy's thing, or his abilities for a while now. It's pretty much like, what if a cartoon character had the same like abilities he had in a cartoon, just in real life, as like physics wise, and
Yeah.
it's just breaking everything like in our actual world.
I mean,
That's
it really,
the power he has in the One Piece world. And
it
that's
really
just,
is like the mask, like 100%, like the mask, like Jim Carrey, the mask. I mean, that's what I think of every time because he was doing the same thing. Like in real life, he operated by cartoon physics and could do anything. And I just every time like Oda pulls out some new Gear 5 stuff, like I don't know, I love it more and more with every new move or gag or whatever it is.
Mhm.
Like it's just so sick.
Because it's unlimited.
yeah, I feel like he's on the tip of the iceberg. I think Oda has so many ideas and he's been waiting for Gear 5. And I think it's going to happen in like all the major fights, like Blackbeard, Akainu, maybe, Emu, like all these different things. Like, I can easily imagine. I was talking to the OPU Discord about this. Also, shout out to OPU Discord. Go join in if you haven't already. But I was saying that I could eventually see Luffy even using things like panels and like the environment of the manga page itself in a fight against Blackbeard. I could easily see it. Like,
I love that.
like,
I love that.
let's say, for example, it's like a huge like clash going in between like both crews, and Blackbeard and Luffy do this like huge Conqueror's Hockey attack. One's a black hole type thing from Blackbeard, and obviously Gear 5 all white. And then all of a sudden it just goes into nothingness. And then
That's crazy,
those two are just in their own dimension. It's like all white and stuff. And then you just start fighting. And it's just using like the white like manga space around them, and they just keep fighting in this dimension. And they do whatever they want.
That's the
That'd be
perfect
fire.
fight to do it too, because Blackbeard, I feel like we haven't seen him really go all out and fight. We saw some with Law, but I feel like Blackbeard too is a really goofy character, so it's like the perfect time to do it with him.
It is.
Like,
It would
that's
literally be
fire.
like kind of how Kenjaku versus what was that dude? The comedian one?
Yeah.
Bro, I like him so much. But
I hated that fucking fight, bro.
yeah, but it would be something like that, but much more obviously action based because like it's Luffy and he's the MC and stuff. So it just be more so playing around with the environment because that's what he does. I feel like Luffy, it's also my new conception of kind of what his dream is. He wants to play with everything. So with his ability, he gets to play with everything, which is the ground, the manga panels, like the little frames, whether it be Blackbeard, Kaido, he could do whatever he wants and play with anything he wants.
I think that's gonna happen. I would put money on that happening.
Yeah, I could see like an attack coming to him, and he literally just swipes the panel out the way to dodge it. Like that would be fire, bro.
Yeah,
bro. Even the like Looney Tunes or Tom and Jerry, I forgot which one it was, but you know how they like are. There's like obviously the frame of the animation itself, because even animation wise, they could do a bunch. They could just like say there's debris in the fight in general. They take the debris like a broom, and then they pick up the panel or the animation frame. And there's just nothingness underneath, and then you sweep up the debris underneath, and it just like goes away. So something like that, like interactive with the like kind of environment of the manga or anime in general. I could easily see Luffy doing that. It like I feel like the whole like baseball bat and the glasses and stuff is just the tip of the iceberg for Oda.
Yeah,
He has so many plans.
Right. I think you're absolutely right.
I mean, we got to have a serious discussion about this reality warping powers or what, bro? Because like,
I mean, true. There's gonna be a huge
nasty, bro.
Huge debate for it. I'm sure.
Like people, I think it's kind of hard to deny it at this point. It's like, I mean, he literally
is broken, man.
Summoned the hat and the baseball. I mean, he didn't summon the baseball, but where'd the hat come from? And like the glasses when he was fighting Lucci, like he's creating this stuff out of nothing almost, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the only thing is the time limit on it. But you know, I mean, because Kizaru was able to pretty smartly, you know, kind of like work around that with just running around and waiting for the clock to run out. But other than that, I don't know what you could really do about it.
Yeah, it's once he gets that time limit mastered, I mean, he's easily top one, no doubt. Like there's no argument, honestly. Shout out to Megan T with the 10. He said, so far, everyone from the Void Century is sorry as hell. Joy Boy said, my bad. Janisha said, my bad. Robot said, whoops. Even Toki took off. Do not trust them. Hey, it might be time for that conversation.
So funny.
Who really was right back then? Because they keep saying sorry. Like, what did y'all do, bro? Did somebody betray him or something, bro? It's definitely interesting. We're going to talk about the robot a little later. I guess we can hit a couple more of them to Gorosei. We can also talk about which one we think is the strongest. Because I know JJ is big on the top man agenda. And, honestly, he had a great showing this chapter.
Also, a quick context, if you guys didn't already notice, but on the art we have for our background for the stream, it's us as the 5 Gorosei. So we have Krow as, I'm pretty sure it's Sanji's dad. Yeah, Jupiter. Then we have Zane, who is he the Gandhi one or is he Mars?
No,
Mars?
Mars.
Yeah, Mars. And then I'm Saturn. Preach is, I'm pretty sure, the Gandhi one. And then JJ is top man. So you can see the biases, but
right.
Yeah, definitely. He's been pushing that top man agenda for the longest. So and it's finally paying off. This is first agenda that's worked, if I'm not mistaken.
Bro, but I don't want to push Saturn agenda, bro. He's weird, bro. I don't know.
It's done.
He is weird. He's weirdo.
He's not making it out this arc. Also, appreciate Megan T and Flevens for the 5 gifted. Appreciate y'all, man. That means a lot.
I would love to see Kuma fight Saturn one day. When Kuma's fully in his right mind, bro. Like,
I would love to see Dragon fight Saturn.
I think Dragon's fighting top man, actually.
Oh, okay.
I want to see Dragon fight somebody. That's all I need.
Moore's made a good point. Moore's made a good point. I do think he's the strongest. And I don't think a Straw Hat is going to fight him because Luffy's going to fight Emu. And, you know, so if there's someone for Dragon to fight, like, you got to do something, big dog. Hopefully. But yeah, we need that.
I would like to see Garp fight a Gorosei too, because just the old Marine versus the old Gorosei.
Not just that, but he can finally be like, yo, it's resignation letter time. Because, like, he's been hating on the Gorosei and the Celestial Dragon forever now.
You know, he's
So-
always wanted to fight them for sure.
Yeah, of course.
Do you
Oh,
guys
for sure.
think like where do you guys land on the Gorosei even being human? I mean, I know there's a lot of people who think that they were granted immortality, by the op fruit, but I don't know. I'm sort of leaning towards the idea that they're not human at all because we
I
didn't
don't
get
think
any
so either.
devil fruit or even if they have devil fruits because we didn't get that box that we usually get.
Yeah,
You know,
they were
when,
introduced as the monsters, not as like mythical Zoro type Gyukyu.
Right.
Yeah.
when Sanji said like, okay, so they're not even trying to hide that they're monsters now, right? When Saturn transformed to his final form, I started thinking that maybe they're like a devil race because maybe one of their powers alongside regeneration is also like transforming into another form, like to perceive like or deceive that they're humans.
Yep.
Like, if you think about it, like every old race, the ancient races have a unique power, like or at least most of them do. Like the Lunarians, the Giants are
Buccaneers.
just huge people. Yeah, the Buccaneers. So like that could be their power where they can regenerate, and also if you think about like a devil or a demon, a lot of times they can deceive people to believe
Just
they're
like
humans.
Freerin, yes sir.
Like it reminds me of like Full Metal,
Man
like
of
Full Metal
Ace.
Alchemist. What is it? The homunculus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A bit, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, speaking of that, like there's been also a lot of like alchemy theories regarding like how they're getting summoned and stuff. And it was a deep video I watched. It was really about science in One Piece in general and how that could be like Sanji's future power up, be it alchemy. And it's just it was a dope video. I might link it. That's because we was gonna do like a segment where we start talking about some of our favorite videos of the week or that we watched recently from the community. But I don't know when was gonna start that. But yeah, I definitely think they're demons of some sort.
For sure.
Same. I do
I
feel
don't know,
like they
man.
have such devilish nature, and the fact that the only thing that's really throwing me off is the fact that they have this black awakening cloud that they all have, right? But then Lucci and Kaku have it, and I'm like, why do they have it?
Right.
Like, and they're awakened as well. So
Mm.
if they're awakened, then what does that necessarily mean? And if that's the case, and if they're awakened, then obviously the Gorosei have awakenings of some sort, but they're not specifically devil fruits. So what are they? And
I can see
the
them being
first
oh,
thing
my
I'm
bad,
leaning
my
towards is
bad. Go
devil.
ahead,
No, go ahead. Just go.
I can see them being like some type of demons that maybe Emu has like a similar power to the soul fruit where she gave them well not she, they whatever, gave them a personality or like human features, but they're still like their original form is demon. But Emu kind of like gave them that human form so they can communicate and talk and do their bidding. Maybe, I don't know.
Or it could be the very reverse. He just find people that like have the same goal as them and just pretty much sell their soul to the devil, being Emu. And by selling their soul, they get all these powers and become literal devils and stuff to do the devil's bidding.
I mean, I just think it's interesting because while like a lot of times the movies aren't canon at all, I think they introduce concepts that become canon later.
Oh, for sure. For
and
sure.
with like Top Musica being the demon king of songs, like that being introduced in Film Red. I mean, just think of like how coincidental that is, right? Like that was the last movie that came out. We're being introduced to like the demon king of songs, like, and then we see these Gorosei use these pentagrams that are like associated with like demons and satanic rituals and shit. I don't know. It just seems like Oda was introducing us to that concept, before it would make an appearance in the actual story. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've always said that the events of the movies are in canon, but a lot of information and the stuff that we see in the movies are like definitely something that we should take note of. You feel me? Like, so I definitely agree with that Demon King stuff being like something that could be important later on down the line.
Yeah, I mean, it might not be a race. Like it could be how you said, as simple as they sold their soul to Emu, and Emu did like a ritual. If we think about, but bro, the craziest thing about Emu that I'm realizing from this chapter, because now it's confirmed that this is Conqueror's Haki. But I always thought like if Emu has Conqueror's Haki and also has this like, what is it, like dark magic or something, like, bro, this dude is going to be broken. And a devil fruit on top of that, like, bro, I feel like
It's gonna be
that
nasty,
level
bro.
of Congress hockey is Emu's gonna
Yeah.
be crazy busted, bro. Like
See, call me crazy, but I have this just like weird instinct in my head that it's not to build up Emu, but it's to kind of build up Emu solely because of the fact that Luffy's too broken. Like I could easily see Oda being like, all right, Luffy's too powerful. How in the world do I combat that? So he's like, all right, I need to make these devils now. I need to
just
make the
feel-
Gorosei absolutely
Or
broken
being immortal
and make
and
Emu even broken.
and
It's
ha-
all to
'cause-
build up Blackbeard, dude, because Blackbeard's gonna be the one to take out Eam.
Yeah.
I agree.
We'll
I
be
agree.
nice, that'll
I
be
thought
nice.
No,
Or-
Blackbeard would be
I
fine.
wholly
What's even-
holiday agree on that too.
What's even crazier if Eam isn't evil at all,
Ooh.
and the Gorosei been pulling the strings this whole
Ah.
I
time.
can see that. I've seen like the theories that even as a child that was getting manipulated. a lot of-
Yeah. Or
Kind of
like they just.
what's
Go
the-
ahead.
I was gonna say, what's the girl's name on Dressrosa? I forgot. Sugar. Yeah. The sugar comparisons with Emu, I've seen a lot. So it could be very potential that like Emu is just a bratty child that just wants everything in the world, and now that they have it, they are just very still spoiled and just like, all right, I want this now. I want this to happen. I need something exciting in my life. So they just make random chaos and or the Gorosei to
Yeah.
do random things.
Or it's kind of like a like vampires, right? Like if you
Ooh.
interview the vampire, there's like a child in that. She is kind of bratty because she has eternity to be bratty.
Mhm.
So maybe there's, I don't know, maybe they just been like serving this
Yeah, the only thing is I think that,
all-consuming
because when you
thing.
first said that, I was like, okay, yeah, maybe there is something there. Like the Gorosei have kind of like tricked Eam or like used Eam and harnessed, the powers that they have to like do whatever they're doing. But I feel like Eam has said or done some crazy stuff like
Exactly.
on their own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like
Yeah,
with Lucia,
for
like
sure.
it seemed like they were like following orders.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Not just that, but the way they instantly kneel down in the Reverie arc, and then also when they're talking about Lily as well, like for
Yeah.
the Void Sentry stuff, Emu sounds like they're about to like lose a couple brain cells because they're going so nuts in terms of
Yeah.
like how like much PTSD they have from Lily and all this stuff, and now it's reoccurring and coming back. So I could easily see some Emu being like probably the most vengeful character in this series,
Yeah.
and probably for a very big reason too.
But the
Which
only
probably
the
why
only
Void
thing I'm
Sentry's
worried
still
about with the Gorosei is that once Luffy figures out how to beat them, I hope it's not too easy like with Zoro and King, because once he
Yeah.
understood it, I feel like it's gonna be too simple. And with the Gorosei is different because I feel like it's gonna take away from their strength.
Yeah. But I also have been a proponent and been always saying, been a proponent? I don't know if that's a phrase, but I've been saying that for a while now that I think the final war, just like Marineford, is going to be a huge marathon for Luffy. I think the biggest test for Luffy is always endurance. It's always an endurance test. Can he get back up? Can he keep going? Does he have the will to keep fighting? And I feel like the final war is just going to be the longest endurance test for Luffy. And considering that Gear 5 has a huge stamina issue, I think that's also a huge indicator as well that he needs to get his stamina up and needs to be able to keep going. Otherwise, he's going to lose. So I feel like he's going to learn that. And the final war is going to be able to test what he learned in terms of enduring and being able to stay either in Gear 5 for a long time or being able to fight and protect his allies for a long time.
Yeah, that should happen probably in Elbaf.
Oh, 100%.
Hopefully, and hopefully, I don't know, maybe Chopper can make something of that or something.
Make something.
Give him a little pep in his step.
Hey,
you know what
Chopper
I'm
gave
saying?
Beppo something.
That's
You
what I'm
never
saying.
Exactly.
Somebody needs to check that
Beppo
man
the drug.
license, bro.
He's cooking. He's cooking.
Quite
Like
literally.
Walter White. He's cooking.
Yeah, he's Walter White.
Bro,
Well,
if someone in the
okay.
One Piece community could make like a meme series or just something related to Walter White and Chopper, I would indulge in it so quick. I find that hilarious. I don't know. It would be hella funny, all the memes and shit.
I'm already on it. I already found like 3.
Really? Okay, I want to see these.
Oh my god.
I want
Let me see if I can put this
to
link
go
here.
back to this comment I saw from Dora and Ross about we was talking about the clouds, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the Awakenings.
Yeah.
Luffy's was white, Yamato's was white, right? And Bakaku and Lucci were black. I just wonder if it's like a dark and light side thing like Star Wars. That's what he said. That actually does. There could be something to that.
See, I
Yeah.
could see that, and I could also see it because of my at least preconceived notion of awakenings being tied to wills and stuff. Maybe it's that people who have awakened based off a evil will or evil intentions have black clouds, and those with
Exactly.
pure and good wills and intentions have white clouds.
That's true. I think. Well, I can't say that's true, but I think that's true. And I like how last chapter everybody was slandering Mars for running into the lava phase and it just exploding, but he made it through this chapter.
Yeah,
I mean,
I couldn't
he's
tell what
immortal.
happened in the last chapter. I was like, bro, did this man just blow up right now?
Yeah.
He went in, so he was wilding. He ran into it pretty hard, but it worked out. So he's in the. I want to talk about that snitching Lucci scene, man, because he spilled all the beans, bro.
Everything.
Yeah. I mean, that's his job. That's his job. That's the higher ups right there.
That's
asking,
why
like,
a lot of
let
people,
me use
yeah.
it.
And for what? Just for him and his like friend who's about to die to be called an insect.
Yeah,
That's
brother, it's hard to
crazy.
think it out alone insect. Like
That's crazy.
his face when he saw Marcus, it was hilarious though.
Yeah, dude.
That man
Yeah.
was shook, bro. Oh yeah, and also something I've not seen a lot of people talk about because I guess York was probably like a low point of this arc. We got York this chapter though.
Yep.
She was
Yeah.
like, oh, never mind. I don't want to be a celestial dragon. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm good on that.
York's reaction to the Gorosei was funny too.
Yeah. I like that. I like it. They were not sweating the lava.
I want, but has
he's
Usopp
not lava.
has
Okay.
Usopp seen the Gorosei yet?
I mean, I'm assuming he sees Marcus
Lord help
flying
us.
around,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but overall, it's kind of hard to miss him at this point.
I want
would
to see
say.
Usopp's reaction.
He's gonna have to. The giants are there. He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to step it
Right,
up.
right.
I'm not scared. I don't give a shit.
He's gonna be like, yeah, these fucking ants.
King Usopp.
Yeah, and then he's gonna immediately
Not
when they
Usopp.
leave, he's gonna shit himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
When Dory and Brogy leave and he can't be seen by them, he's going to shit and piss his pants.
He'll be a
Bro, I
brave
really
warrior
want to make
someday.
this Usopp video now because I'm just thinking like there's so many things I could talk about Usopp and just like the ways in which his story can go, but it all leads to Elbaf and he just needs to start now. Like it's just
Yeah.
crazy. He just needs to step up, man. Because after Wano, I was like, yo, Usopp, you gotta do something. Like I get carrying Kiku and Kinemon was very important. You saved them. Good job. But
Yeah,
like
right.
you gotta do something at
Who
least.
cares? Shooting
Yeah.
the fucking things and the gifters, like, yeah, that's your biggest contribution in 300 chapters, bro. Come on.
Because he had so much potential with the observation hockey, like blooming in Dressrosa and stuff like that. Like I could have seen like, you know, observation hockey of something like being so important to the point where like like say for example, instead of just like going through all of Onigashima to find the different gifters to throw the Dongo from Tama. It was Tama, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tom.
Oh,
Yeah,
Tama,
Tama. Yeah. So Tama's Dongo, just throwing them all at the different gifters and stuff in Onigashima. What if just to save time, like he was able to unlock a good observation hockey to the point where he could sense the different animalistic like beings or creatures that are like gifters and stuff, and then all of a sudden is able to just give the Dongo as soon as he can with the rapid fire of his slingshot. Like that would just make so much more sense. But
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
I feel like with Usopp, it's just more so like a recurring theme that like what's a normal person gonna be like in this
Yeah.
crazy situation that's
100%.
going on.
100%. And it makes me, yeah, the potential, like, it does make me, like, damn, like, Usopp used to be one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he's just kind of fallen off for me. But again, like, that's his role. You know, he represents us.
The
So,
audience, yeah.
yeah.
Him and Nami, but I feel like even Nami's at that point now where she's like, man, she's really like got it all, to be honest. Like she's
Mm-hmm.
packing some heavy heat with
Yeah, she is.
Zeus. But I know Preach hates Zeus, so we'll move on. But like, man, it's just crazy. All right.
No, we didn't do chapter ratings.
Ah, very true.
That's true.
Usually
All
we do
right.
this very early.
Yeah, we usually get them out the way earlier, but that Zoro stuff, man. Uh,
You
all
just
right,
had to
we'll
get it
start.
in.
With, yes, sir. Of course.
All
We'll
right.
start with y'all, Volume 1, Chapter Ratings 1 to 10. Let's hear it.
1 to 10. You go first.
Ooh. I would say the introduction at the end of the chapter with the giant robot who we've been hanging on the edge of our seats for. I mean, maybe I'm just speaking for my. No, I'll speak for everyone. For everyone, we've been fucking waiting for that guy to stand up.
Yeah.
And the apology. I mean, I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm waiting to get into that next chapter in 3 weeks.
In
So
3
I
fucking
would
weeks,
say,
yeah.
I would say a solid. I would say a solid 9.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's
All right.
It's pretty high.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not stealing your answer. I was gonna
Oh, you son
rank
of
it a
a
9 too, because look, I feel like we got to touch so many characters throughout this chapter, right? We got to see,
Touch? What the fuck?
you know what I'm saying,
Whoa,
dude.
whoa,
You know what I'm
whoa,
saying.
whoa,
Chill,
whoa,
chill,
whoa,
chill,
whoa.
chill,
No,
chill,
no,
chill,
no, I'm kidding.
chill.
Relax,
We'll be
relax.
streaming later tonight where we go more into that.
His personal page.
On a different channel.
Fed.
But no, we got to see Zoro, the resolution of Zoro and Lucci's fight. Jinbei showing up, doing what he did. Like Megan said, the giant robot. But we also got to see, Dorian Broggie, do the I forget the name of the move.
Handle
but, Yeah, like
business.
they were handling
Mhm.
business. Awesome Gear 5 shit. Kizaru too, York too. Kizaru just fucking done, bro. Like emotionally, mentally, like his body and his heart are fucking broken, shattered. He is a different man now. And he's really going through it at the end. I don't know. I feel like we got to see, like, so many bows started to feel like they were not being completely tied because there's still like Vegapunk's message and so many other things.
So many things, yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like we got a little bit of everything in this chapter. I think it was a great chapter to go off on this break because it gave us it gave us time with characters I feel like we haven't seen in a while. I really liked it too. I would say 9. I would say 9.
I like it. All right, Preach, talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but I think I have to go 9 too.
Oh.
Nah,
Preach is our harsh grader. We have 2. One of our resident harsh graders, but okay, I like it.
I think JJ surpassed me as the harshest after that 1 week.
Yeah,
Bro,
he was wild.
that was nuts. That week was different. I don't know what JJ was doing that week, but
I know you in the chat, JJ. You in there and somewhat like I know you listening. That was a
What was the
crazy
chapter?
Take. It was
1108. No, 1109. With the coffee stuff, that was the biggest point. Like, yeah.
It was when the Gorosei was gonna when they were being revealed to come to Egghead.
Okay.
It's like a 5 out of 10. Like, Jesus, bro, come on.
How can you rate any pretty much Egghead chapter 5 out of 10?
Yeah,
That's
There's
wild.
not
Like-
yeah.
Yeah, there's
I feel
not
like-
many.
With Egghead, the lowest you can go is I think a 7.
That's the lowest. I agree. They've all been bangers.
Egghead's been pretty damn good. I can't lie.
I saw somebody on Twitter posted like Luffy slapped his scar back on like a sticker. I think it was Geo.
Yeah, that
His
was
scar-
so
Yeah,
cool.
and also the 56 on the bat and on the helmet, I guess in Japanese translates to like 5 is like go.
It's
Yeah,
Gomu.
yeah.
Gomu, or
yeah.
Gomu, like homage to Gomu Gomu Mi. Like that's so sick. The detail
The
in
details,
that, the
yeah.
Easter egg. Yeah.
What I find like that's something very funny is that his whole identity is based on Gear 5 and everything, right? And the fact that most people now know the fruit, the real name of the fruit and stuff, but Luffy still doesn't. And Luffy still doesn't know about almost anything. So he's still attributing everything to just being like a part of the Gomu Gomu no Mi. So he's still showing like his, like tribute, like, oh, this is the 5-6, Gomu Gomu no Mi. So I just find that very funny.
Yes,
I
sir.
can't
Yeah,
hang
I
it up
mean,
now. I
for
can't
me,
hang
it's
it up
just-
now.
yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, it's part of me now.
Now,
Yeah.
this was a fire chapter. Like I'm gonna say every time we get Gear 5 stuff, it's always gonna be a good chapter for me. And we're getting what we always wanted to see, like Gorosei versus Straw Hats, and we're getting Dorian Broggie going crazy, like how you said. And I always wanted to see Zoro and Lucci, and I've been waiting for that fight for about 20 chapters now. So finally getting that was just this whole chapter was just everything that I wanted. So Yeah, I mean, this is a good chapter. Definitely, bro, I'm thinking about like I don't want to give it a 10 because I don't think it's like the best chapters that we've had, but it's close for sure.
Yeah.
I feel it. Prince, let's hear it.
Honestly, I'm the exact opposite of Preach and JJ. I'm a very generous grader. I can admit that. I love One Piece so much, so I usually be giving it like 8s and 9s and stuff. But this chapter, I feel definitely wholeheartedly deserves like 9 to 9.5. I'll give it like a 9.25.
Yeah.
Be very precise with it, but
Oh,
it was extremely good. Like almost everything that you wanted in terms of Egghead like payoffs, you could kind of see like trajectories, as in like the storyline of where it's gonna go, and you can see from every angle. You got Rob, Lucci, and Zoro finishing up. You got Lucci like a smidge of character development, but then getting like shut down by one of the Gorosei. Then you get Dory and Brogy reuniting with Luffy. You get all this cool action sequence stuff and Luffy playing around with Gear 5. And then you see cool sequences like the bat and, the explosions and stuff. Luffy's reaction, very funny. Just skimming through the entire chapter. And then finally the robot and a huge amount of lore about we're about to receive in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for that as well, which it's just even more build up that I'm very hyped for because lore is always one of my favorite things in One Piece. So yeah,
I feel like
I give this a huge 9. Like it's crazy.
I feel like even
Dope
small
chapter.
things like even the vice admirals I've been saying I want to see something from them, and it looks like we might get that in the next chapter.
Yeah, with Bonnie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how that's gonna all play out because I just feel like with the opponents that they've been going up against so far, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there are 3 of them there, and it's not gonna be like super easy necessarily, but as soon as like some of the other heavy hitters get there, I don't know. I feel like they'll be able to kind of cut through them pretty quickly.
Oh yeah. I feel like as soon as Sanji gets there, the vice admirals aren't the vice admirals anymore. They're fodder. So
I mean, this
It's
robot I
done.
feel like could
It's
take out all the
done.
vice admirals in like in the swipe.
A second. Yeah. Yep.
Or like Robin. I mean, it's just.
Yeah.
the possibilities are endless, man. The Straw Hats are too damn OP.
Yeah, they
Too
are.
good.
I see John. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
All right, quickly. I don't know how we can power scale the robot. We haven't seen anything at all. But like, what is your prediction for it? Because I feel like if we're getting a comparison to Zunisha, I'm the guy that's always saying Zunisha is like top 10, bro. Like Zunisha is crazy strong.
Zunisha's crazy.
And,
I think
this guy's been
the robot's
alive for like 1,000 years. So I feel like surviving that war and I mean I feel like he has to be pretty strong.
Yeah, there was like moments where I was even like theorizing like, oh, if like Kuma's consciousness gets uploaded into the robot, like I didn't know he
Yo.
was like his own thing.
Yo, that would
So
be so cool.
That'd be fun.
I was like, imagine if Kuma's like, fuck these fools, like pop 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 pop. But obviously that's not happening.
Well, there is a consciousness. He has a
No,
he
he's
has a
like his own
history.
entity.
Yeah, he has a history with
Yeah,
Gorosei.
he's not just an empty shell. Like
And
we
he-
kind of
and they're kind of like, are they? He's running right on the drums, right? Like the Joy Boy's energy. That's what's like powering him up, giving him life. So I don't know, bro.
Bro, it would be crazy because we know Vegapunk was the one who figured out how you can fuse a devil fruit with an object. And can you imagine like this dude has a devil fruit power fused with him? That's how he's alive.
Bro, that'd be insane.
Because that could be
Even-
how Vegapunk learned about it too if he was studying it.
Bro, even without
Yeah.
like conjecture though and stuff like understanding like his possible powers because he was from the Void Century, just even facts like what's
Yeah,
happened
for
and
sure.
what Vegapunk has said. He's stormed Marizua 200 years ago, and it's unknown that he's at Egghead and he's shut down, and he was able to survive a raid on Marizua 200 years ago, the robot. So if the robot's able to do that and still be like up and running now, they have to be broken. The robot has to be broken. Has to be nuts. And the fact that they're so big,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like how
I
big is
agree.
this robot? Humongous.
That's what the crazy part of. That's like another little freaking like piece of the puzzle. The 200 years ago going to Marijois, like that tidbit, the apology, like what it means. Because I had this thought. I don't know. I'm usually wrong, but I own it. I get ahead of it.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I had this thought that maybe the robot had tried to do something, obviously 200 years ago, but failed. And in doing so, the Gorosei were able to I don't know, somehow make some kind of deal with it, or make some kind of give it some kind of ultimatum, banish it, whatever. They did something because it lost, right? Like Marijuana still stands, like everything is still the way, that it is. So I don't know. I kind of felt like the apology might be like the robot apologizing to Joy Boy, saying like, forgive me for like what I'm about to do, for like what's about to happen. Like, I don't want to do it, but 200 years ago when I tried to fight them, they did something to me or something happened.
Like similar to Kuma?
That's what I mean, maybe.
Very similar. And sorry to cut you off. I just had like this like Jimmy Neutron type like brain blast happen because like the idea is genius. Don't doubt yourself because because I was thinking about like, okay, what in the world is there in Marijua for them to even do or to go to? And I was thinking like just the piece of my head and just click for me. The straw hat. There's a giant straw hat frozen that Emu is keeping kept. So what if the whole thing is just like Joy Boy asking all of his allies, could you get my hat for me? Like that's all I want. That's all I ask. Just could you get my hat for me? And it just ties back to chapter 1 and Shanks giving Luffy the straw hat and being like, when you're a great pirate, come back and give the hat to me. So it could, it could just as easily be that.
That's crazy. I like that a lot.
Oh man, because imagine like it's literally just an entire story and it's literally just Emu stole Joy Boy's hat, and then for years now Joy Boy's like, bro, it's my hat. I want the hat. Just give me the hat, bro.
I mean, that would be the most One Piece thing of all time.
Oh yeah.
So like all these friends that Joy Boy has, all these like huge armies that he's amassed like out of nowhere just because of loyalty and stuff like that for doing the most random things. It's all culminated just to like get his hat back. That's it. So like, and just to put it on his statue and left him. That's all he wants. So I could very well easily see that happening, or just that being a possibility. But yeah, it's a great idea. Don't doubt it.
Well, I really like.
That's what the One Piece is.
Yeah, you're really cooking with that. I like that.
Oh man, see, this is why I love talking about One Piece, because shit like this happens. Where like I could just think and explore the ideas of One Piece more and more. It's nuts, man.
Wait, so I know Volume 1. I know you guys have done Berserk on your channel. I don't know if Krow, have you seen Berserk? And I don't know if Prince has seen it too.
I think I read the first 5 chapters.
I wanted to watch / read it, but I've been getting like a lot of warnings that it's like hella graphic. I was like, okay, maybe I can handle it.
There were some things that were off-putting to me. I'm gonna just say that. That's why I could.
It gets worse. It gets much worse. Just letting you know.
I've been like seeing some like people's reactions, and they're like, "Yo, there's never been an anime where it's like click off and not keep watching," but apparently they did with Berserk, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of scary. Like I've never had that.
I've seen a lot of people just the first few chapters they're already like, yeah, I can't do it.
Damn, that's
nice. But I brought it up just because I got some Berserk vibes from the Gorosei this last few chapters, especially when we see for sure. Like it's, and when you see what's the beer Gorosei that crashed into the Mars, bro. When I see Mars, like the way they move and the way they speak and everything, I really get those vibes. I don't know if you felt a similar thing.
Absolutely, that double page spread of all of their forms. I mean, is super. I mean, it's not like similar necessarily, but you get that same feeling, like
same energy,
saying,
not the same thing.
I saw the panel that was being compared to from Berserk, so I know what y'all talking about.
Because they are these like otherworldly, from different dimension, these beings.
Yeah, but
incredible power.
Yeah, the Godhand are grosser. I mean, not grosser. They're nastier. They look scary. It's like out of what's that one movie? That horror movie?
Hellraiser.
Yeah. The xenomorphs or.
I forget what they're called.
I think they're called that. They love
xenomorphs are from Alien.
Oh, I'm sorry. I see. I get my sci-fi. But yeah, they look like them.
They do.
Yeah.
They do, but I 100% see that, dude. And I'm gonna just say it real quick. I definitely, if you have certain things that you can't, that just make you uncomfortable. It's got a lot of like graphic stuff and gore, but it's an amazing story, dude. It's so fucking good, and I just feel like
it's in my top 3.
Oh yeah,
if you can,
bro, Berserk. I always say it's besides One Piece. I think it's up there as my favorite. it might.
Yeah, it's definitely top
It's
three.
it's like a toss up with those two, but I think I'm biased with One Piece now. I just love it so much from my channel and interacting with everybody and just the conversations, everything with the community. I think I like it a little bit more now. But
yeah.
It's definitely a top tier. Wait, so I want to ask you, what is both of your favorite mangas or I guess we could do manga and anime. What's your favorite series? Because I know you guys review a bunch of different series, not just One Piece. So what is your favorite besides One Piece? What is your favorite?
Or just give us like a top 3.
Ooh, you want to go first? Or you
Ooh.
want
I think I don't know. A couple years back, I got more into shonen than I ever watched. I was pretty much like slice of life, like sci-fi, like Steins Gate, just other types of series, and I never really dipped my toe into like One Piece because it just seemed like too much to me. Not the length necessarily, but like I just didn't appeal like pirates. Like every time I saw a clip, it was from like the anime and Luffy's just yelling and yelling. I was like, yeah, the dub. And I was like, what is this show even about? And then we started reading it, and I was like, oh my, like that Danny DeVito fucking meme when he's like, I get it now. Like, I understand, like because it's so much more, and it has totally become one of my favorite series. I would say, not in any particular order, but like One Piece for sure, Berserk. Like 100% Berserk. Like I'm pretty sure my first tattoo is gonna be a Berserk tattoo. Not the sacrifice. I'm not gonna do it. No. If you read the story, you know how much that shit. Oh my god,
I think
my man.
has shout out to Threevil. But that's a little crazy to get that. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like that symbol like symbolizes like how much suffering like
it probably means something crazy that I don't know, but I'm about to find out. So like that's nuts.
And Guts is my man. Like that's my man. Okay, I do not play about my man. But anyway, yeah, Berserk, and then my third one is kind of like I don't know, it's kind of like low key. It's called Clannad. There's 2 seasons.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I watched
that.
Yeah,
that's like my top. Like I've watched that anime like both seasons like probably more than like I don't know fucking 10 times. I watch it every like 2 or 3 years to get new perspective on my fucking life. Like that's how much I love that shit. But yeah, that's my top 3. I have to put Clannad in there, but yeah, One Piece is definitely rose the ranks. What about you, Josh? It's kind of similar.
Yeah,
but
it's hard. But I would say that I mean obviously One Piece. I have to throw Berserk in there too. I mean, just from like Megan said, the story, but also the art. Like it is high fantasy. There's really nothing I feel like it in the like anime or manga space. Like, and if you do consume it, like you gotta read it because there are 2 adaptations and they both and the movies, but like I don't know, like nothing is a substitute for Miura's art. At a certain point, like he just goes crazy. And it's I don't know. I've never seen anything like it. But I have to throw Berserk up there. And man, like top 3 or just like a couple more. Let me see, because I really do love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh yeah, that's what I yeah.
But I understand that it's so hard to get into, and I'm gonna be super honest about it. I wasn't really fucking with it in the first or even the second part. I liked it, but I didn't love it, and I thought it was okay. I was like, okay, this is good, but I wasn't like, I don't know. I wasn't like 100% sold. And then like stands get introduced, and like as the series goes on, like Araki is playing with fucking like physics and like these like huge philosophical, like very heady sort of concepts that fucking hurt, dude. Like that, my head hurts after I fucking read that shit. And he's just like doing things and like whether they be like power systems or like I said, just concepts that like I never expected to see in a manga of all places. But then there's like, obviously like on our second channel, we've been going through older stuff that I've never seen, like Neon. Neon is crazy. Like Neon Genesis Evangelion. And I've been fucking with Frieren a lot lately too. That's recency bias, but that show is so fucking good, man.
I love it, bro. I was asleep so hard. I watched the first 2 episodes. I was like, bro, this shit kind of boring. Then I don't know I can't remember what scene it was. I was like, hold up. I can see the appeal now. It's like you're watching a twofold journey. I was like, this is beautiful, bro.
Yes. we're still like, because I think it just finished, but we still have 2 episodes to watch.
Yeah, I have 2 as well. I'm literally we're in the same spot, I guess.
Same boat, but it's
I caught up 2 weeks ago. So yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I mean, that's just to name a few off the top of my head. There's so many others, but like off the top of my head, it's those. But yeah, there's so many. It's hard.
Yeah, you mentioned JoJo's, and I feel like it's similar to One Piece in the sense where you either love it or it's just not for you.
Yeah.
100%. And like even the anime, like it's like we watched and read it up until a certain point. Like Stone Ocean is the last adaptation, but there's like 3 more parts. 4?
Yeah, well, 3.
3 more parts now. And damn, dude, it's after part 6. Like I wasn't a big fan. We're both not the hugest fans of Stone Ocean.
That part specifically.
But it's so like I tell people like keep reading to get to this shit. Like this part, like Steel Ball Run, is like top arc of I think like most manga for me. Like it's it's
I gotta catch up.
It's banger.
And it's kind of hard to recommend because you really can't appreciate Steel Ball Run to the like fullest unless you've like experienced everything else. Because of course there are gonna be people who are gonna say like, oh, you could just jump in, Steel Ball Run, whatever. But you really can't because you're gonna be missing so many
like
things.
One Piece. I mean, you can jump in, but you enjoy it so much more if you.
It's funny you
read it
mentioned
all.
know what's going on. Yeah,
I have a friend and like bro, I've been trying to get him on One Piece for so long, and I told him, bro, what if you just read one arc? What if you just read Water 7 or something? Like I was thinking, like, can I just put him on into like throw him in the middle of the story and see what happens? Because like
I'll tell you exactly what I did to get my friends to One Piece. I made him watch the Odin flashback.
Oh,
that's actually a
So
good idea.
it's removed from the story for the most part,
Ooh.
but you can get the appeal of One Piece a lot from that. And after he watched that, he was like, "Yeah, this shit hard. I'm gonna start from the beginning."
yeah, that's kind of interesting because like there's another show that I love and not a lot of people. I mean, I guess it's getting more popular too, but whatever. It's Doctor Who. It's a UK show.
Doctor
Sci-fi.
Who?
Bro,
I
I
hear about
fuck
that
with Doctor Who
What
so
a
heavy, bro.
throwback.
I fucking love Doctor Who, bro.
Bro, I
But
haven't heard of Doctor Who in like 10 years, dude.
it's my fucking shit, dude. New season's coming out. Let's go.
That's dope.
But there's a lot of debate in the Doctor Who community because it's also a hard show to get into because it's you have the old seasons that black and white and then you have like the newer seasons whatever. And so people have lists of episodes that you can show people completely out of order that don't really spoil like major plot points. So you have these episodes that you can show them just to hook them, but then once they're hooked, they want to go back and they want to start from the beginning. So like the Odin flashback or like even Water 7, like I don't think there's really anything super wrong with that if it gets them hooked and makes them want to start from the beginning.
Yeah.
And as long as they don't just like keep going from there and don't
For
go,
sure.
you know what I
That's
mean?
the problem. Like any Straw Hat, like I would say like I mean the backstories are so like satisfying when you finally get them revealed, when you like know this character and then you get to see like why they're the way they are.
Yeah.
So I think Odin's like a perfect flashback to show because you get to know him more through that and you didn't really know him too much before then.
Yeah.
Versus like the Straw Hats, like you kind of have to like settle into them and then you're like, oh my God, like Robin, you know, like, oh, what girl, you're going through so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so, I was just thinking like, what would I show someone like a specific One Piece scene?
Yeah.
And that one's like really good. I'm gonna cry just thinking about that. Don't make me cry in here.
Bro, that's peak fiction, bro. I swear.
But hey,
Bro.
you guys were talking about backstories. So we do this thing on the channel. It's called SBC, Start Bench Cut. We do it every guest on here, and it's basically a thing where it's a basketball-ish concept where you take 3 different things and you either start them, which is like pretty much putting them at first place, bench second place, and then cut, which means like it's last completely. So we'll give you 3 backstories, all right, and you guys got to start bench cut them. And we'll leave Kuma. We did use Kuma recently for one of them, but we'll leave him out because the standard one, it's usually Law, Sanji, and Robin. Start bench cut those 3 backstories. And for the general purpose,
are you there?
Yeah.
Or is it
for
us?
Sanji, it's you just combine both, right?
Yeah, Sanji, you just combine both.
Well, he said you
Hello?
cut out.
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear us?
Oh shit!
Yo.
Is it us?
Yeah, it's them. They
Damn. All right, so while we have technical
Okay.
difficulties, y'all
Oh,
like
we're
and
back.
subscribe.
Okay, they're good. They're good. They're
Sorry,
good.
All right.
okay.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
So the last thing we heard
We were
was
like,
Law,
that's too hard. We can't
Yeah.
answer it.
Law,
Yeah.
Sanji, Robin. You said.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we want you to start bench cut those 3 backstories because
for
we know they're
Sanji,
all goaded. But
Yeah. For Sanji, combine the one with Zeph along with the Vin Smoke, and the other 2 are just straight through, so you don't got to worry about that.
yeah.
Okay. You have your order already?
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is hard.
It's hard.
Very.
I'll say
I'm not
this.
gonna
Thinking
lie.
My
about-
favorite, just while you guys are thinking, my favorite backstory in One Piece isn't even in this. It's Odin's.
Yeah.
You know, I love
I think
Oh,
Oda's
Oda's
definitely
is so
up there.
good.
Yeah.
I think Oda's, but a lot of Oda's is not because of Odin in my mind. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Because you get Whitebeard and Roger, and then you get that itself is already a lot. Because as a
Laugh
One Piece
Tale,
fan, somebody that's been looking for like watching One Piece forever, seeing Roger fight, I was geeked out
Even
my
just
mind.
seeing
for, like, 2
Roger
weeks, bro.
and how he exists, right? Like how his personality is, how
The aura, bro.
yeah,
Full
the
of the
aura.
aura.
Because we've seen a few things like I think it was the stuff with Shiki, right? But we didn't really see too much.
Yeah.
I
You just
don't know
got
if
lucky
it's
and got
recency
away.
bias. I don't know if it's
Recency
recency
bias?
bias either, but I love Kuma's backstory too.
Oh, yeah,
I-
no.
See, the thing is, I don't think that's recency bias because
Nah,
there,
that's
there
just
are
too
definitely
fictional.
some cases where it is. Kuma's backstory is just too damn good.
It's
And
too
there's
good.
so many good things happening in it that are integral to the story as well. So it makes sense why people would rate it 10 out of 10 or like S tier where it should be. Because it is.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna try. Let's see. It's gonna hurt. This is gonna be painful, and I want
Yep.
everybody to know that there's no fucking right answer here.
Good.
But okay, I think I have to. Oh man, I think I have to put I have to start Sanji. Like
Yes, sir.
Ooh, okay, all right.
I remember genuinely feeling. This is just from the Zeph flashback, and I know you said we can combine both, but just on that flashback alone, I remember reading that for the first time and just being like shook when I realized like what was happening.
It was visceral.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, like this backstory, Zeph as a character, and then the judge stuff, and then the Germa stuff.
That shit.
all
That
that.
shit was crazy.
Like, yeah. I mean, there's just so much there, and I think just like, yeah, everything that Sanji's had to overcome and deal with and go through, it's hard to not put him I guess to start.
Mhm.
Then I gotta bench somebody. I gotta bench Robin
Ooh, okay, all right.
because I mean that honestly it's super hard between Sanji and Robin. They're almost interchangeable to me because the did it she like the Saw shit.
Don't
like,
make me cry. I just said that.
sorry like I mean even without Kiji, like all of it and what she went through. I mean I don't know. I'm like
I'm getting chills
Okay,
thinking
so,
about it, bro.
I'm flip flopping in my head
Real
now.
quick. I want to just shout out my Robin video, because I just made a video on Robin's backstory, and if you guys haven't seen it, there's like a thing at the very end of the video. You could just skip into the end, where like Oda, I don't know if he intentionally did this, but the theory is basically that you could see Robin's mother in Water 7, like on one of those things that they were riding in the water.
Oh
The
yeah.
bulls?
I forget what they're
The-
called.
Bro, when you see that,
I know what it is in real life. I don't know what it is in god damn it. What were they called?
It was the
the
bull, I
water
think, the
horse
bulls.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know they're called
Mhm.
the concept is a gondola in real life, but I forgot what the damn, I need to search
But
this
yeah,
up.
if you want to have your mind blown, I'm telling you, bro, that last clip that I put in the video it blew my mind. So just check that out.
Oh shit! Was that in the manga you said, or
It
in
was
the anime?
in the anime, but I explained some things with the manga of maybe why she could still be alive.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yago Rabul, yeah, Brandon King, appreciate that.
And then I'm gonna have to say,
No, I'm good.
probably. Oh yeah, shout out Brandon King for sure. Doran, I see a lot of the volume 1 heads in here. What's up? What's up? But yeah, then I'm gonna have to say Law. I love Law's backstory too. The Corazon. I mean, God, it's really it's great. It's amazing. It's awesome. But compared to Robin and Sanji, I guess I'm gonna have to cut Law. But that hurts. That hurts to say.
Okay. Well,
That's tough.
it is honestly very hard. Like all three are like pretty much S tier. There's a reason why they're grouped together for the thing. But yeah, it's tough, man. But I could see the reasoning for each and every single choice. So it does make sense.
Megan, you're up.
Damn, I was like, I just want to be. I don't want to be just different to be different. It's hard.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna start Sanji. Okay, that's gonna be the main difference. Okay. And maybe it is biased, but shit. Okay, hold on. Okay.
I thought she was gonna say Zoro supremacy for a second.
It's like fuck the rules.
I'm gonna start Robin.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to start Robin. It's just she, and I'm not saying Sanji's not integral to the crew. I'm not saying he's not integral to the story because he is. But Robin as a character, like she is one of the most important. We say this all the time. She's one of the most important crew members, person in the world of One Piece right now, and in general. Her knowledge is scary to the higher ups, that damn world government. So she's just goated, and everything she's been through, and seeing her, come to terms with everything that she's had to deal with. Like, I don't want to like push Robin here because I don't know if it's a safe space for me to do so. But I love Frankie and Robin's relationship and him showing her like you can live. You don't have to like hold this on yourself anymore. You were a kid.
Yeah, facts.
You were a kid. Like you were a child. Like you grew up so fast. Because she's so yeah.
I was gonna say literally Water 7 is the collection of 20 plus years of just trauma and experience that Robin has endured, pretty much being released by the Straw Hats. And the Straw Hats are all affirming the fact that yes, you can live and you should want to live. So like just them reaffirming that feeling for her is very not only validating, like seeing like friendship and stuff like that, but also like no person should like have to go through what she did, and it's very heartbreaking. So yeah, I do see reasoning stuff.
That Water 7 is one of my favorite. I think my favorite arc of all time in any series, and I feel like Oda, the way he used Robin's flashback was so powerful for the story, using at that moment, because the entire build up to the story was we didn't know what was going on with Robin, and the way he kind of put it in there, and we had an entire different perspective on everything. And like now Luffy and the Straw Hats are going hard, and they don't know, like they didn't know everything, but they were already going to save her. But now that we know what happened, we're so much more invested into the whole story. So I feel like that flashback really made Water 7 the perfect arc.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I'll have to bench. It pains me because one of my favorite characters is in the cut section.
Ooh.
But I'm gonna have to bench Sanji.
Okay.
And it just makes sense, man. Like that reveal, it was like a hat on a hat, bro. Like how could it get any more? How could it get any more sad with Sanji? And Whole Cake, bro. Just Whole Cake in general. Like it was just something it would never in a million years have thought that we would have gotten from Sanji again.
Yeah, that there was more.
There was more?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Awesome. Just everything. And I'm cutting Law, unfortunately, because I really love Corazon. Like he's one of my favorites in the series. He left such an impact in such a short amount of time. And his connection with like Doflamingo, like how, again, we talked about it, like two people can have the same circumstances but turn out so different, is just so complex. And I loved that.
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing about Law's flashback. And don't get me wrong, like I felt for Law and everything that he went through, but it's like Corazon kind of stole the show. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like that flashback was really like it was him. You know, like you said, it sold me on him in such a short amount of time, and what it illustrated about like the differences between like him and his brother. It was crazy. It was crazy. All three banger flashbacks.
Yeah. Also, one thing that I've noticed is that all three, well, obviously it goes for any character with a backstory, but I feel like with these three specifically, I've seen clear and distinct moments that their backstory does just end with the backstory. Like their character defining moments in said backstory carry with them and like are just moving along with the story. Like obviously you see Robin, what's happening with Saul and Elbaf right now. Sanji obviously carrying the trauma of, like his family and everything, even his family name, and it's still kind of just being there as a presence, and he has to kind of like deal with that. And even Law with using like new moves and stuff that are based off of Corazon. It's just really cool to see.
Yeah, man.
So all that stuff just makes all
That shit
these
was
backstories.
hard.
Do you guys think that? I
Um,
mean, there's clearly going to be. I feel like there's has to be a Saul Robin reunion on Elbaf.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
There's no way there isn't one. That's
I don't know if
my
I'm emotionally ready for that.
Yeah. See, my preconceived notion of what's going on in Elbaf is that although Luffy will absolutely hate it, the Straw Hats are going to be received as literal gods, especially Luffy. So they're going to get like such good treatment to the point where like it's going to be the complete opposite of every single arc we've seen. Every single arc we've always seen Luffy kind of just like stumbles like out of nowhere onto just like the random royalty that's living on the island or just something crazy happening, and then 30 chapters later Luffy gets the favor of the entire island somehow, but he has to do something about it first. In Elbaf, that's completely out of the window. He's starting at complete god level. Everybody in Elbaf knows who he is, including the big mafia man Shanks. So,
but that's the red hair's territory, and I don't. I don't know if that's gonna throw a wrench into anything. I don't know if they're gonna be there. I don't know if Shanks is gonna be there when they get there, or even like where they're at right now. I mean, obviously they're both gunning for the One Piece, so there's some contention there. But like, I don't know what to expect if they are there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, with Shanks, I think that they might conveniently put him away from Elbaf solely because of the whole he's trying to investigate Blackbeard thing, and he's always one step behind Blackbeard. So if the Straw Hats are at Elbaf and Blackbeard has his own thing going on with trying to figure out road poneglyphs, stuff with Garp and the Celestial Dragons and things like that, then I think that Shanks is going to follow that route a little bit more, and then maybe something like eye-shattering happens to the point where like some huge result or something like so surprising all of a sudden just comes out of nowhere, and then it carries back to Elbaf, and then we have to deal with that later on. But who knows, man? I feel like Oda has I think this is the genius of Oda. It's that the reason why he's so good at story building is that he's able to keep the story open to the point where any route makes sense. And I feel like that's the allure and magic behind One Piece, is that no matter what route you choose or Oda chooses, it will always kind of make sense to the point where it literally can tangentially show the pathing of the storyline. So it really does make sense how Oda got there. And it's always a storyline that you don't expect. Like, I remember it was literally like 4 weeks ago. No one expected the Giants to pull up. Everyone thought it would be Shanks.
Nobody
thought the Giants.
They said Dragon, bro.
It was Dragon. It was Shanks.
It was Dragon, Shanks.
Everybody but the
Most
Giants,
people knew Kuma would kind of show up, but no one thought the Giants would show up. And lo and behold, they're here now, ready to literally carry Luffy to Elbaf.
Well, that's what like Randy, because we were talking to Randy Troy recently, and he said something that just stuck in my head, dude, and I haven't been able to shake it, but he essentially had said that like Oda's initial plan for One Piece was like 3 years or 5 years or something like that. Like that's how long he intended it to last initially, and then obviously it went on for far longer. So his idea is that like any character that was introduced in those first 5 years are going to be the most important characters at the end of the story. Just because the story went on for longer doesn't mean that those characters still aren't going to play the same big roles that they were meant to play from the beginning. So like Dorian Broggie coming back, like Vivi, like Croc even coming back into the mix, like with Cross Guild, like all these characters from early One Piece kind of like coming back It just makes so much sense.
Bro, Buggy of all people being in a
Yeah.
huge position. Like, I do agree with that sentiment because a lot of the old characters are kind of like coming through like different faction stuff, preparing for this final war type thing that's gonna happen. And it's all the characters that we know and love in some cases. But like it's all the characters that we've already explored, and it just goes to show that Oda has a plan for him. It's not necessarily like something that we know because it could be
Hold on.
something he
I
does.
actually love that idea.
But he has a
Like
plan.
he's bringing them back. It's like, okay, the story's not going to be 5 years. Let me expand it. Add a couple people. Now let's get to the end. Let me bring everybody back from the beginning.
Add a couple people.
Yeah,
A couple of
hundreds.
I love that idea, bro. That is actually something it sounds like he would do too.
It's
Oh,
crazy because a
man.
lot of them have come back again, like in crazy ass ways. Like even like I said, the forming of Cross Guild and everything. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really cool to watch it all happen because I really do feel like it's got to be the rest of the story. Kind of has to be Egghead, Elbaf, Laughtail. I mean, I feel like that's it. I
Well,
mean,
maybe. Yeah. I mean, if they did fight like Eam, like where would that? What do you think that would that be its whole arc? Like, where
Is
would
it
Eam like pull
before-
up? Would Eam pull up to Laughtail? Like,
Is Luffy already the Pirate King when they fight? That's my
Right.
question.
See,
right.
I've always thought yes. Although Oda says that he wants Luffy to be king of the pirates, like towards the very end of the series, I still wholeheartedly believe that if Luffy finds out the information he does at Laughtail about the whole Void Century and the truth of the world, and the fact that Roger and Rayleigh specified that they weren't able to do anything at the time because they couldn't, then if Luffy's at the point of time where he can do something, he's gonna be like, all right, I'm doing this shit right now. And I don't care what's going on. Like whatever he learns and things that happen, he's like, all right, I'm fighting no matter what happens. So
I mean, there could even be a possibility, as crazy as it sounds, that like Blackbeard could claim that title first, and then Luffy would have to claim it from him at the very, very end. You know what I mean? Like,
or not even Blackbeard, it could be even Buggy. Like it's just
that too.
I know it could be Buggy's gonna sit on the throne and be like,
yeah.
this is
To
nice.
Megan's cousin, we've had him on the channel before. His name's Nolan. Super into One Piece, super like knowledgeable about like all the lore, and he has so many like interesting theories about like how it's all gonna end. And he was even saying that on the theme of like, the in One Piece, it's all about this like new generation, right? Standing up and taking control from like this older generation. It's their time now, right? And it would make so much sense and be so like on brand and in the theme if Blackbeard like took on like the Eam man, like old generation, and he is this new generation of evil, this new generation of chaos, and so it would actually be like Eam versus Blackbeard in a way, and then it would end, with the final fight being Blackbeard versus Luffy or whatever. But yeah, I mean, he describes it better than that. but I think there's some merit to that.
Oh no, 100%, because you can easily see it based off of the regime itself, right? The Gorosei are quite literally shown as, even right now, immortal beings that are hella old, that have huge prejudices against the world, and they're going up against a 19-year-old who's extremely childish, but he is the young generation, and he's defining so many things in so many different countries in the One Piece world that are like changing for things for a lifetime. And it's becoming much better based on what he's thinking and what he's able to change in the world, even though he's just a young little kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, I definitely agree with the whole Blackbeard trying to take Emu's throne thing. Like, Preach and I have agreed. It's like very Blackbeard to like plan everything out, kind of like he did in Marineford, and then swoop in at the last moment. But even more than Blackbeard, I'm scared about Dofi, bro. I've been saying I'm so scared about what Doflamingo could do, because he could quite literally take that position as well. And I feel like he's the ultimate like
a Dofi Blackbeard team up would be terrifying.
Yeah, it would be nuts.
They both want that throne, and
Dofi's the ultimate dark horse in terms of completely changing the story, because he is on no one's side. He hates the Celestial Dragons. He hates the current regime. He
Mhm.
hates the pirates. He hates Luffy. He hates the Straw Hat Alliance. He hates good things. He just wants chaos and destruction, which is something that pretty much nobody wants in the One Piece story, or nobody actually wants. Because although Blackbeard claims he wants it, I still think that, wholeheartedly he wants the throne. He wants power and stuff like that. But Dofi wants power to create chaos, not to have power, because he's already had it. He's had it all and lost it all. So, man, I'm just
Buggy
scared.
will be the One Piece.
Oh, what's good, JJ?
What's good, JJ?
What's going on, family? I hope y'all ain't mind me just jumping in like that, but y'all were talking about the end story, and y'all know I had to make sure Buggy got the support that he needed. And you said it right before I could jump in, Prince. I appreciate you.
Nah,
How you
Buggy
How
got
y'all
it, man.
doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm very well. You know, John Sherrod and all social media, you know what I'm saying? I really had to make sure I tapped in on this chapter because this is the JJ chapter. I don't know if they told you or anything, but like for real, with how my boy Top Man came through, y'all should have talked about that for about 45, hour 15, you know what I'm saying? Lightweight, what's going on? Y'all ain't want to get into the lore of the board. What's going on?
I'll be honest, bro. Like, yo,
I thought it
Tom
was
Man,
filler, bro.
he impressed me for sure. Cause like, when I first seen the design, I'm like, oh, it's like a pig, but nah, like this is actually like a fire. He's putting some work, bro. Like,
He did have that corny ass line though about showing them his horn or whatever.
Oh, we're blowing horns now.
You want to hear a real horn?
Oh, wait a minute. Y'all acting like that wasn't the moment of the chapter? Is that what we acting like? That wasn't the moment of the chapter?
The Conqueror's Hockey Roar was one of the moments, though. That was one of the moments of the chapter.
It was just
that man put Shanks to chain.
He could have just led into it a little bit smoother. He could have been a little smoother about it. You know what I mean?
Actually, power scaling wise, it did pretty much break the whole system of what we considered as normal. I mean, we didn't expect the Gorosei to have Conqueror's Hockey yet. Here they are.
Yeah. Street
you ain't expected
that Oda confirmed the Gorosei having Conqueror's Hockey before any admiral in the story.
Yo,
that's crazy.
That's actually nuts.
No, speaking of the Admirals, Krow, I know we do this every single week,
my
bro.
goodness, I was.
Yes, sir.
You thought we get through the whole. What is going on with Kizaru, bro?
Bro, I don't know. He's messy. Look, I'm gonna just say that Kizaru steps in and stops them at the last moment from stopping the message. I'm gonna keep coping.
Oh man,
penny stocks at this point.
Yeah, penny stocks. So I can't lose.
I know, it's just like you would have never thought.
You ain't put a penny to get them stocks though. You ain't put a penny in to get them stocks.
What you mean?
Bro,
right now,
when we first got into Egghead, I don't think nobody expected Kizaru to end up what he's doing right now in this chapter, right? Like, I don't think no one expected that.
Yeah.
No, quite literally, like we never expected that. Out of all the characters in Egghead, Kizaru is probably the least useful one right now.
Bro, I mean, he did.
That's actually crazy.
He got rid of
job.
Vegapunk, technically, bro.
He did his job, but as of
overall,
right now,
more so like,
at his current state, he's the most useless.
It's not even that for me. It's more like the way his whole personality is completely like all over the place.
Yeah,
and bro, you could tell there's something going on with it. Like, there's something mentally where he's just not there. But
yeah, he's making jokes
by
about
this point, bro. It's like I don't know, bro. I would have liked to seen Kizaru come to some kind of decision by now.
If he leaves this island and doesn't do anything, I'll be like, all right, Oda, you wildin'.
He did what he's supposed to do, but let's ask the guests, like, what have y'all thought about like Kizaru, like in this chapter, him still in the same position from 2 chapters ago. But what do y'all think about Kizaru all together and everything that he's brought to the arc? I would love to hear y'all opinion.
I mean, it was dope seeing him show up, do what he did. I thought it was smart too what he was doing with Gear 5 Luffy when they first kind of like clashed. I thought there was no way Kizaru stood a chance against Gear 5 Luffy, but he was playing it smart, trying to run out the clock. I thought that was smart. But then the Sentomaru and him, they already have had that connection. And so to see like more of that and him with Vegapunk, he's conflicted. He's conflicted.
He's
definitely conflicted.
Yeah, but it's like, don't talk about, like, you're not talking. We're seeing you being conflicted a little too much.
I agree. Yeah, that's my thing.
Like,
is like I want to see him come to some decision where it's like you got to pick one side. Like you can't just
That's why
Exactly.
he
Like,
definitely
we get that
gave
you're
Luffy the
conflicted,
food.
but-
He did that.
Yeah, well, you,
Excuse
Bro,
my
it could be
language.
literally
Is it too soon to
anybody.
be
Biggest
calling
mystery
Kizaru a
One
bitch at
Piece.
this point? I'm just
Yeah.
wondering.
Hold on, JJ. What you say? You kind of muffled.
Okay, I said I apologize. Pardon my language in advance, but is it too soon to be calling Kizaru a bitch at this point? I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering.
I mean, like he did his job, bro. At the end of the
his
day,
job.
he came here with a mission to eliminate Vegapunk. He eliminated Vegapunk, but it's just all this. Oh, woe is me! I gotta do this to my friends, bro. You did it. You didn't have to do it. You know that, right? You're a human being,
Exactly.
I mean,
bro.
You
That part is
did
pissing me
it.
off, bro. Like, no, you didn't. If somebody came through and took the kill and did it, like let's say if Saturn was actually the one to do it to Vegapunk, right? And Kizaru had to watch it, then I would feel it. I'd be like, okay, yeah, I can understand why he's so upset about it. But bro, you did it. Now you're on the ship telling him, man, I'm wounded. Like, bro, who cares at this point?
You had the whole ship
for?
ride over there to get yourself, to get yourself right.
Yeah.
And
For real.
you could have saved whatever you were feeling till the fight was over. But
It's like, this is your job, bro.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
you
what you
signed up
signed
for
up
this.
for. This is what you've been training for. Like, you clock in. Like,
clock in.
you look at the clock, you look at the time card and you go, okay, let's punch in today. Let's fucking kill Vegapunk. Like, why are you shocked?
I give him credit. Like he did kill Vegapunk, right? Like he still he still got the mission done. But
Yeah.
it's just like now at this point, it's more so the story that Oda's trying to tell with Kizaru. Like what is the storyline here? Like is Kizaru, because he's definitely got something going on in his mind where he's like, now with the 5 Gorosei, are you gonna stick around with people who are calling people insects and it's like it's a really interesting situation with Luffy being Sun God Nika. I mean, we can see how much influence Luffy has on people. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, this might be like an Aokiji moment for him.
He got to seal his resolve. He has to.
Yeah.
But I think before this arc ends, he has to hey, I'm on this side. There's no
Yeah.
going back.
But that's crazy because even Kuzan, when he went up against Garp, like he made up his mind. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Exactly.
he wasn't. That was hard for him too. I'm sure that was hard for him
super fun. Arguably harder.
too. Yeah.
It's
Probably
fighting his
harder.
own teacher, like someone
Yes.
who literally made him grow up to be what he is today.
Yeah.
And what, like, he shared pizza with Vegapunk? I'm joking.
Pizza.
But yeah, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I think it's just kind of come to a head with him. I think this was like the final straw. I really, that's why he's so conflicted. Like, because we haven't seen him this
But what
much
did you
stuff.
think he was gonna happen?
I don't
You
know.
know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
I want him to stand by
Speaking
one
of final
side.
draw.
Like, if he wants to stay with the world government and that's cool with me, but you got to pick a side, bro. It's like, because the whole theme of his character is unclear justice. So
Yeah.
by the end of the arc, how Krow said, you have to have a clear side.
You have to have a stand on at least something.
That's the
like,
story arc that I
on
see Oda's
something.
going for.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And also I've been saying that like Luffy's quite literally a symbol of liberation and freedom of oppression. So if that's the case, then in Kizaru's mind, like if I were Kizaru, I'd be like, all right, if there is a time to make a decision, it's now. I mean, there's never going to be another time where the 5 Gorosei are attacking an island and I like had to kill my friend at the same time, and also this godly 19-year-old came out of nowhere and is stopping me and is successful at it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm doing something different that I shouldn't be doing. Like I think like for him to have all these thoughts and possible like complex thoughts of his just like swirling around in his brain, I feel like the time to act is now. So I agree with Krow. Like if he doesn't act by the end of Egghead, like it's an L for Kizaru for
And
sure.
it's funny too, like, so
Like, he's all-
they got a timer on, they got 10 minutes on, and Kizaru potentially is the fastest character in the arc. So he could be
Yeah,
the
except for
one
Kanji.
to like, bro, let's go look for the transmission. Like he could have been the one kind of putting the work right now.
Yeah.
He's already acted though. Y'all missing the point. I mean, yeah, he doesn't like what he did, but he did what he had to do, and now he's got to deal with the facts after the matter. I mean, we've all been in these circumstances before. You know, if you got you a little cousin or something, he ain't acting right. You got to go upside his head. You don't really want to do it. if he touching the stove, you know, him getting burned by that stove is going to be way worse than me popping him upside his head. Yeah, we all regret it at the end of the day, but it's just it's a part of life, you know. And he's already dealing with that, you know, multiplied, you know.
But the question is, after that,
comparison. Oh my god.
But after you hit your cousin upside the head, you might go get him a little snack or something out the kitchen to make up for what you did, right? So how is Kizaru going to make up for what he did to Vegapunk?
First of all, if you go upside somebody's head and give them a snack, you're not, you know, bringing them up the way you're supposed to. You know?
You ain't never felt that bad. You like, hey, I got to do something.
But also, he did go give Luffy a snack.
Oh
my God.
Bro, oh my god.
That's the funniest agenda, like, for this.
That was a good one right there. That was a good one.
Like Kizaru fed Luffy. Okay, DoorDash, Uber Eats,
No, AK has some fire memes. This arc has some
for sure. This has been like top tier One Piece meme content.
The ending, so ever since the ending of Wano, Oda's been going crazy.
Yeah,
the fan base is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, like, you got that Toad dude that draws like the stuff. Oh my god, the black paint, just the art he did.
The one with Mihawk and Luffy. Yeah, hilarious.
Like, bro, stuff like that is just so fun to see how far the community has grown. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, bro, and people who draw that shit are fast. Like, I feel like the fucking leaks come out, and then they're like, they have full color spreads of fan art and shit.
Bro, I'm convinced that it has to be spoilers, because there's no way that stuff like that happens and you have the time, like, in just like what the chapter drops in the morning. I think in the span of 4 hours you draw, or you have to be extremely talented, which credit they might be, but 4 hours and all of a sudden you get this like top tier meme out of nowhere. Yeah. It's crazy,
man. So let me paint the picture.
All right, go ahead, JJ.
So, you know, we have Marineford, you know, 50 battleships or whatever. Right now we got twice that. We got an admiral. We got all of the Gorosei pulling up, and we need like the giants to help out Luffy. My question to our guest is, if we get through this arc and Dragon don't pull up at all, are y'all still gonna look at him the same way that y'all looked at him before the arc started?
Let me throw this in there before y'all answer though. Before this arc started, because you paint a negative picture with some politician stuff right now, purposely withholding information. Before this arc started, we were told that when the Holy Knights move, that is when Dragon moves. So is it not unfair for us to place these expectations on Dragon to come when we were told when he's actually going to make his move, right?
Dang, why you have to reshape my question?
I'm not reshaping now. I'm just adding context because what you're doing, I know what it is, and it's nasty. Okay,
but Krow,
he's not showing up. He's not showing up.
He's not showing up.
He's not
showing up.
He's gonna do what he's always done and not show up.
Yeah, that's his thing. And it's okay. It's okay. It's just the expectations put on this man.
The reason why
it's just a bad habit he's built ever since Luffy. He just doesn't show up.
It upsets me because Dragon was clearly trying to figure out where he went, right? Like, he was trying to figure it out, and so like that's where I'm like, he's at least trying to figure it out. So then if he does, he should have by now known that Kuma was an egghead.
Oh yeah,
right. But unless, because like, I mean, I'm not good at geography, but like where he's at and where Egghead is at, unless he's riding the winds or some shit with his devil fruit, like I don't know how he would get there. I just don't know how he would get there.
Do we think that Oda is waiting for the announcement? Because like, if the announcement is released, then all the people who are like very sensitive to like either Vegapunk being killed or just anything going on with Vegapunk, the Gorosei, all 5 of them showing up. Maybe we don't know what Vegapunk's announcement is going to be like, but we know for a fact that it's going to be huge. So maybe what if Dragon's just waiting for that? I'm just
the only thing
like, giving him a sliver of a chance.
I could see Oda pulling something out, bro, but it's gonna be like, it's gonna be so, but like, because the thing is, if Oda comes out, like, he's not to be like, we need a devil fruit that can teleport somebody at this point. We need something so fast, how you said. Dragon, I mean, he should have already left by now if he's gonna be a Yeah, yeah.
I
So,
do like the
Did
idea
y'all
that is that
realize?
I don't know.
Did y'all
I don't think
realize
it's
that it
from-
only took the Gorosei 3 minutes to get from Marijois to Egghead?
But they're
is Dragon a
demons.
demon that can
Well,
transmute
that's what I'm saying.
himself?
So if that's what I'm saying, if Dragon does come at this point,
Possibly.
it's like you need something kind of you need to
I
pull
mean, it's
something out of your
possible.
ass, bro. At that
Bro,
point,
if a pentagram shows up and Dragon's green cloak fucking
Oh my god.
That would be so funny.
That's a different story now at this
That's a
point. Who is
different
this guy? This is not Luffy's dad, bro.
I baited the world into thinking I'm the revolutionary.
The sixth elder star.
Oh,
oh shit.
That would be
That
so
would be
lazy but
hilarious.
so funny. That would be hilarious.
I do like the idea that the transmission is coming from Kamabaka Kingdom, though.
but see, and I've seen some huge coat for Dragon. It's like, do you remember Karasu could like teleport right with his power? Or I guess they say he could be in all
can
different
fly.
places at once.
He can no. He can fly.
Where there's a will, there's a way. And Dragon ain't
He
willing.
I was
can
gonna
fly.
say,
Let's
if-
not do that.
exactly.
Well, because they were saying because he had the crows sent to like some random island.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it would be really cool if like because he's a Logia, right? What if like he can just put all the different crows in the world, and then whatever crow he wants to go to,
That yeah,
like
so-
he appears
Oh.
as.
well, I think
So
it
like,
was
let's say
in,
for example, there's a bunch of crows like Wano, Elbaf, Egghead, and Fishman Island, and like he gets like an alert or something like, oh, Shirahoshi's being attacked because Blackbeard wants Poseidon or some shit like that or something, whatever. And then he just transports to that crow that's in Fishman Island that fast. I
I
mean,
forgot what arc
who
it
knows?
was. I think it was when Robin was at Tequila Wolf, but I could be wrong. There was a scene where the crows are like transporting information.
ooh.
Yeah, I think maybe it's like Green Bull, where like if it's there, he can transport his consciousness into that. You know what I'm saying? But
Wait, was that right after post-war? Like when
I
the
don't remember
Straw Hats were
what arc
training?
it was, to be honest. I had to go find it, but I do remember there was one scene where like the crows was
it's probably if
transporting
it was a
information.
Tequila Wolf, I would assume it was post-war.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was around
'cause-
that time.
Robin was only in Tequila Wolf for a little bit, right? Because then she went to the Revolutionary Army afterwards.
Everybody thought that man had a crow fruit. It's a fucking Logia, bro. That was one of the weird reveals that nobody really saw coming.
It's cool though.
Yeah, I love it actually.
All I know is that Vegapunk's he's stalling for time right now. He's baiting the Gorosei into showing up there in person in their true forms. He's switching that bitch to a live feed, and he's showing the whole world what they really are.
That
Bro,
would
I
be
said
tough.
it, bro.
That would be tough.
Bro, I literally called it. I was like, yo, it happened in Film Red because we were talking about Film Red being canonical and stuff, right? Like certain elements. And I was like, yo, in Film Red, they were using the video transponder snails, and it was like a kind of a big thing, a big deal. I was like, yo, it'd be so six head if Vegapunk, the thing that he's been working on, a live transponder snail feed, happens to be like corresponding with the announcement. There's no way like that's not what he's using to make this giant announcement of him either dying or this huge big reveal of either the Ancient Kingdom name, the Gorosei's like real identities. Like everything is about to change with this announcement. So
Twitch.tv/Vegapunk.
Vegapunk, bro.
We're here.
Subscribe and yeah, push the red button and shit.
Like and subscribe, please.
But yeah,
But that's-
it makes so much sense. I saw that coming, man. There was no way.
Listen, I don't want to get into a tangent, but do you want to ask him the last question, Krow?
Oh my goodness. I mean, if you say the right name, sure, but if you're gonna say Kobe, then don't ask the question.
Oh,
Wait a minute. If it's the last question, let me just ask something else before you just, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good.
So, like, I just want to hear everybody percentages because, you know, I like the boys, but I'm not really too confident in regards to Dory and Bragi making it off this island. Like, I really think they got like a 30% chance tops getting up off this island. And I think they'd be more than happy to give their life away to the Sun guy. Who with me? Who against me?
Oh, 100%.
I'm with you.
I'm with you 100%. Maybe even like Kizaru's gone.
He's already back though. He's already back.
No. Kizaru, like he's dead on the island. Like he's staying on the island.
But he went back though,
Nah,
right?
Kizaru got to get killed by Akainu.
No, he's not, bro.
Um,
I
no, I don't
I'm just
know.
saying,
I agree
I
though.
told them
I think
Top Man was top dog. Now I'm telling them Kizaru's getting killed by Akainu. I got the source.
Let's confirm the facts first, all right?
Dragging
If
that
he's
ass.
actually yeah, that's why I said.
No, I
Let's
know.
make sure he's top one. You feel me? Before we go with this. But I like the agenda though.
Okay. Wait. Y'all were saying something. Go ahead.
I mean to cut you off. I apologize.
So if
No.
hold on, real quick. If the Gorosei are trying to get the transmission, right? Like, if Luffy's just really trying to escape, and he's not trying to fight against that, are they going to go after him? I mean, they said they were last chapter, but it feels like that's the main priority.
Oh, so
I think
like
they're separated. They
Yeah.
The Gorosei is there to handle a few things. Venus Joro is there to paralyze the pacifistas so they could use them for the future. I think Mars is there. That's the bird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mars is trying to figure out how to get rid of the feed, and it looks like the other three stood there to make sure they took care of the sun god. That's how it looked to me.
I think that one of them is going to go after Vegapunk's body though. That seems to be the logical thing. It's like, okay, we can't figure out. Maybe Vegapunk has some information. Maybe it was triggered by something in his body, or maybe he's still alive. So maybe we should cover that base as well.
also one of them is probably going to be looking for the mother flame or like the energy
Ah,
source needed for it.
Yes. I don't think that Dorian Broggie are making it off the island. I want them to. I really do, but I think they're going to hold off the Gorosei that are there. I think the vice admirals that are waiting by the Sunny are going. I think Vegapunk's body and Lilith, who are there, they aren't going to make it off the island because I can't picture the Straw Hats having like a Vegapunk, a satellite with all this knowledge like on their ship, on their crew. I think it'd be kind of too easy for them to like just have access to certain information. You know what I mean? So I think Lilith and Vegapunk, the Stella, might end up getting caught up in whatever fights happening with those vice admirals. But I think they're all gonna those two and Dorian Broggie are gonna sacrifice themselves so that the Straw Hats can escape. That's what I'm thinking.
I would
Wait,
like.
I just had another brain blast, if you will. But what if, say for example, right? What if, in most cases with situational irony, usually the audience knows what's going on, and I think I talked about this before, but usually the audience knows what's going on in terms of, like, surprises and certain twists and stuff. But what if, like, this whole scenario is leading up to the fact that Vegapunk is able to tell the whole world the truth about, like, the world government and everything, but the only people that don't hear this are the Straw Hats who are leaving Egghead to Elbaf.
Well, my question is, do we hear it?
I think we don't. I think we don't.
No.
I know it's very bad, but like I feel like we get a smidge, but then like it cuts off somehow, and then we have to figure out everything at Elbaf. But the rest of the world doesn't.
Don't give us the information. All right, Oda.
I'm with you 200%, Prince. I'm with you 200%.
I feel like it is kind of an Oda thing too, and I don't mean to be a bit vulgar here, but blue ball us.
I will say the reason why I don't think that's the case. Yeah, I mean that's come on now. That's PG, you feel? But I think that won't happen because most of the information that Vegapunk is going to put out is stuff that we know. I think, which is going to be.
I think we're getting the name of the ancient kingdom.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's the only thing I think we're going to get new from that broadcast, but everything else will probably be about Emu and Jesus. My bad, I'm watching this game, but Emu and yada.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in terms of truth stuff, things we already know, I think that'll be revealed and it's a huge shock. But there's gonna be one small smidge of information that is new to us, and then it just cuts off. Or like something happens.
As long as we get something, I'd be cool. I don't want nothing at all. You feel me?
I agree. Yeah.
I want the ancient kingdom name.
I want a sliver.
Yeah,
I want ancient kingdom name and maybe
I need a little bit.
name.
Give me a little
Prince, one thing that makes me go with what you're saying is something that we got from this chapter. Anytime we trying to see people communicate throughout the island, everybody's using transponder snails. But when Broggie, I can always get the Giants mixed up. When Broggie wanted all the Giants to know what was what, he pulled out the horn and let it go. So, like, my thing is thinking, like, if we get onto that ship, there's probably no transponder cell or anything similar to that for us to really be able to get this information. That's exactly why I think what you're saying is 100% correct. But I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Elbaf altogether don't have transponder snails. So like the world may know what's going on, and may not know what's going on until we leave Elbaf. I'm really with that.
And two,
That would be even crazier, bro.
I've been thinking
kinda
about them not
ahead,
knowing
go ahead,
that,
Preacher.
and it's like, I do think it's possible, but I feel like just because of the way the newspaper is going to be working, I feel like Morgan's now at this point is going to expose it.
Morgan's
So
is gonna do something
even if
crazy.
the Straw Hats don't hear it right away, I think we're going to end up knowing
All-
everything.
but also
or at least most
all
of
the
it.
library, the books that survived the Buster Call on O'Hara, the information is on Elbaf, so they'll have access
for
to
sure.
it
Yeah.
no matter what.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be too hard for them to avoid this information coming up.
Yeah,
So I think
agree.
it's kind of like, yo, just give them something at least.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And
Yeah.
to the point of Dory and Broggie not making it off the island either, too. I had my own brain blast right now and thought that, like, similarly, I can't remember if it was in this chapter or the previous chapter, but there was a callback to Dory and Broggie helping Luffy get out of the fucking dune worm. You know what I mean? Like a callback to Little Garden. When they cut him out of that dinosaur. And how did Little Garden end? Little Garden ended with them being able to leave the island, right, while they stayed behind to slay the island eater or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to stay behind, and it's going to pay homage and be a callback to Little Garden, and they're going to do the same thing they did for them the first time here on Egghead.
I'm thinking of the callback of Impel Down, when you just had your boy who knew he couldn't do anything to stop Magellan, Bonclay. You knew he couldn't do anything, but he still was willing to sacrifice himself. And Luffy and all the people on that ship crying their eyes out. Like, yo, when Luffy and Usopp and Chopper just gonna cry by association, when them boys just get on that ship and they just be wailing, like, yo, that's gonna touch all of our spirits. I'm calling it.
Yep.
I think the chance for Dory and Broggie to survive this arc is, it has to be the ancient robot. I feel like the robot, if he can somehow step in and take on the Gorosei, I feel like that could be the wild card that allows it. But other than that, I think you're right. Like, there's a high likelihood that they don't make out this island.
Hey, shout out to Brandon King for comment of the damn stream. Nika
Oh my
Al-Gaib.
goodness.
Love that.
I was about to say, Lisa Al-Gaib. I just watched USA score a crazy goal against Mexico. That's crazy, man.
Bro, Jay's thumbnail for the chapter was so fucking perfect.
Oh,
It was
yeah, I
Uma.
saw that. He was like Nika Al-Gaib. He had
that shit
the
was so
pseudo, dog.
Oh yeah, man. I got here a little late because I made sure I went to this corner store. I got my Dutchess. I made sure I hollered at my boy. Got me a little zip real quick because I made sure I wanted to bring the smoke to everybody. You know what I'm
Who
saying?
you bringing smoke to, man? Who you bringing smoke
Personally,
to?
I got smoke for Dak Sake. He's been disrespectful to Top Man for about 2 weeks strong right now. We'll talk about that in the later stream. But I really got smoke right now for Brandon King, and I got smoke for you, Preach. Because the fact of the matter is, looking at this thumbnail with daggone Lucci being the topic, like, if we name 5 world government people from this chapter, it's gonna take a minute before we get to Lucci in regards to relevance. I'm rocking with Lucci. I felt like this is the most compelling thing I ever got from him. But ain't no way he should have been on this thumbnail over the board. Lord for the
Bro,
Lord.
all right.
Listen, man,
You know
gotta
what,
respect
bro? Help me find a Top Man art in any kind of art of Top Man, bro. I've been looking for Gorosei.
Okay.
But
bro,
it's only we're gonna get Sanchez
Work,
uncle.
I guess it's only complain so much, but I was just like, yo, like Lucci with Zoro's body. I was offended. I ain't gonna lie.
You lucky he didn't do the Kaido body one. You feel me? Like, this
No,
one is better.
that would have been too much, bro.
Bro, the Kaido one would have been hilarious.
Nah,
Oh my
look, bro.
goodness.
I know. You know, Top Man. He had an amazing chapter, bro. But I'm gonna be honest. This might be the best chapter he gets in the series.
Oh my god.
Until he fight Dragon and lose eventually. It's gonna happen, bro.
No, until Dragon doesn't show up, and then Top Man is just standing there like, what the fuck's going
Priest
on?
got the horse that just was running around the island going crazy, and he think he could just talk to anybody however he wants. I'm seeing that now.
Yeah, but I
Damn.
do love how his mustache is like fused into his design now with the new design.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like he turned him into Blaze, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
that
How
was
does work?
crazy.
That's where Roger got it from. You remember Roger had the nostrils and it turned into his mustache. He biting Top Man swag. Y'all ain't realize.
Maybe they related. Who knows?
Yeah, what I mean,
What
what is it about Top Man that you connect with?
Man, listen. I'm just
Let's hear it,
egotistical.
JJ.
I'm just gonna say it like that. Look, I was on the stream by the time Prince had brought it up. But you know, when they introduced the Gorosei and they had that picture lined up, I don't remember which one of y'all decided that we were going to do the Gorosei as like our logo. But I'm childish, so I was like, I got to be the middle guy because I'm the leader. Like, not like that really makes any sense. But I was like, yo, I just want to be in the front. I called dibs first, and that's all it is. And then once we found out his name was Top Man, like first place Freddy, like I knew he was going to be the one. I just knew.
My word.
See, I'm not gonna lie, I had the complete opposite reaction because I'm based off of Saturn, and I do like my characterization, like in the Gorosei art, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's dope. But then as soon as Saturn came in and like in this arc and was like, oh, you all are insects, I was like, oh god. Oh, this can't be me, bro. This can't be me. I'm not representing this at
all of them
all.
probably got the same sentiment, brother. So you would have mattered which one you picked.
I appreciate you being able to double down. I saw the big ass mustache and the liver spots, and I didn't know what it was.
yeah. His scars don't like scars.
Between us, man.
You balding? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I got Sanji's uncle over here because I'm the only Sanji guy on the stream.
What is your favorite design from the Gorosei? I want to ask everybody.
The monster version? Yeah, do the monster version and the regular version.
Yeah, I'm talking about the monster. We could do both.
Human form and monster form.
I think mine is
You got top dog, Preach. You got top dog.
I think I'm Venus
I think he got top dog with hybrid.
I'm Venus Judo.
But in full monster form, I think it's Mars.
Mars is Mars.
Full monster form?
Yeah, like Venus is hybrid when he's like with this him on top of the horse. That's the best looking form to me overall. But in full monster, the horse is like a big ass. It looks a little weird. You feel me?
Yeah,
so I like the bird.
The bird is cool. I can't lie.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, it's terrifying for sure. Like he cooked. He always got to give Zoro the edgy. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good.
Bro, why do I have to be a weird looking tarantula, bro? Why?
Hey, I'm a worm,
Water
bro.
news,
I'm
bro.
literally the doom worm.
Water news.
Water news. Oh, I gotta love a Monsters Inc. reference.
Gorosei wise, I would say, I mean, out of monster form, like Jay. He just
regular.
Yeah, regular. Like the scar,
Okay.
the facial hair. He just looks menacing as hell.
Monster form?
Monster form. I'm gonna have to go with a horse guy. What's his name? I always forget.
Venus Juro.
Venus. Yes.
Yeah.
Venus.
He's
sick.
I mean,
the most normal name.
I'll be honest though, Saturn, I feel like, bro, I like Saturn. You know when his eyes turn so evil, like when he changes eyes, bro.
Yeah.
It's a creepy design. Like I'm not gonna lie, like that looks evil for real.
I like Saturn's hybrid. I don't like his full monster form. Well, I don't dislike it, but I think his hybrid looks way better. When his hybrid was first introduced, I was, you know what I'm saying.
I feel like his full, in the like big double page spread, like his full monster form kind of looks like himself though, whereas everyone else,
he looks the
pretty
most like
distinct
himself.
that they're like
He still got his beard
monster.
and everything.
Yeah.
He still got the scar, a nose, facial features and stuff, but everybody
I want to
else.
see Jupiter's hybrid, man. Hopefully, like Medusa. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. But
If I had to pick monster form, I'm gonna have to. I'm Josh Atreides from now on, so I'm gonna have to go with that Dune worm, Jupiter. I'm gonna have to go with that worm, bro.
Shout out to Paul.
That Dune worm. That Dune worm is the thing that is like, bro. That reminds me of Berserk. That's the one for real.
Yeah. It really does.
Like, what's
His
that?
teeth are
I
so
don't remember
perfect,
the
bro.
character that it was, but it was something. It like doesn't the face kind of looks like the what is it called? The little egg thing.
The Behelit.
Yeah, it looks like that little like with the teeth in the mouth. And
Yeah.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of I forgot what they're specifically called, but the fish that Kaido is
koi fish.
the koi fish. Yeah, it looks
Oh.
like a mixed version of that tail. Like it's a dragon, but it just looks like a koi fish.
This son I got
Yeah.
you, brother.
He's over and over again.
I love that movie. That movie was aura personified, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Paul was moving like a monster. I love it.
As it was written.
Seeing that shit in IMAX too, Austin Butler did his thing. That shit was
facts.
so sick.
Okay, actually, speaking of which, I actually have a theory that the last scene of major spoilers. I'll say that right now. Please go watch Dune 2. I don't want to spoil y'all, so spoilers beware. But Wait, everyone in here has seen the movie, right? I don't want to spoil.
I haven't
I
seen
think
it,
everyone
but
fans
I
will see it
probably
in
won't
person.
watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, you should,
Yeah.
bro. It's literally movie of the year. You should watch it, Breach.
All right, so
Yeah,
It's
that shit
good.
I'm
hard,
gonna
bro.
take my headphones off for like how long? 20 seconds.
20 seconds is good.
All right.
All right.
Excuse me.
Yo, okay, that last scene, right, where Paul is literally fighting the bald dude. I swear there's
Yeah.
some kind of like future sight or something involved because at the end, when the
Yes.
final blow from the bald dude is put, it's literally in his chest. But then, like 5 seconds later, when Paul gets up, it's in his left shoulder. Like, how the
Yeah.
hell does that even make any sense?
Yeah.
So
Well, 'cause
it's
I-
the same thing as the theory I had with Mihawk, and it's that he has the opposite of Shanks's ability, which is to cancel out future sight. I think that Mihawk has the ability to imbue false futures into people's minds so that they see something different, but in reality, something different's gonna happen.
I think it's because like they can, definitely Paul. I don't know about Austin Butler's character, but they can see,
Yeah.
they can see multiple futures. It's not always like there is no one set future. Because even at the end of the first movie, when his like the person he thought he was gonna be trained by, the whole movie he was like flashing forward or whatever to like these words that this mentor like taught him about the sand and the Fremen and all this shit. But then when he
yeah,
meets
the
that
dude.
guy,
Yeah.
he kills that guy. Like
Yeah,
they
that was
talk.
confusing the fuck out of me. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's going on here? Did he train
Yeah.
for what, bro? But
See, the absolute funniest thing is that I didn't watch the first Dune, and I watched a 5-minute movie recap, and I watched Dune 2.
Oh,
I
you
did- I
wildin',
didn't-
bro. You gotta watch that movie.
You're
bro. It's on.
crazy.
No. But the thing
You're
is, like,
right.
I didn't even I wasn't even immersed in Dune, and I didn't go into Dune 2 expecting to like be mind blown. I was just like, okay, it's just a movie. Like, I needed to go out with my cousin and just like watch a movie, you know. So I was like, all right, Dune 2's out. Might as well watch it. And then I was left in like complete shock after 3 hours. I was like, what did I just watch? Like, honestly, what did I just watch? I literally thought like it was just Bible 2.0. That was nuts.
Yep.
Bible, but in space. Like, that was crazy.
Yes, sir. Well, we can go ahead and get off that topic because we had a couple people in the chat, so they muting as well.
Yeah.
Chris is back on soon.
Sorry to spoil y'all, but please, spoilers are cut off here. There's no more spoilers anymore. Please
Yeah,
go
we're back.
watch Dune 2 if you haven't.
It's a great movie, bro. It's a great movie.
Great
honestly.
movie.
It
One of my favorites. I'm not really even a big movie guy, but that movie was like chilling. Like the
Yep.
second half, oh my
Dune
goodness.
one.
And honestly, there are great parallels that can be drawn to show the future of One Piece, but obviously there's going to be very different character decisions, like in terms of what's going to happen between obviously Paul and Luffy. So that I'm excited for.
Yes, sir. Well, y'all ready to wrap it up? It's been 2 hours now.
Ooh.
Volume
we have
one,
to
what y'all
ask-
what y'all plan on doing with these 3 weeks?
Man,
misery.
time
Stare
will
at the
tell.
wall.
Drowning my sorrows. Hopefully, I don't know. Find something new to read. I might
Write some fan fiction.
What?
Trying to see if
Maybe.
trying to see if Genji can outright his way out of the hole he's created in JJK.
And we're also gonna
Oh.
just not talk about that either. There are some things happening in that manga.
Oh shit.
All right, pal, what's going on here? But yeah.
Oh, also the
Definitely a
Kendrick
good
and
one.
Drake stuff because that shit is
Oh my
hilarious.
god. Oh my god.
Waste of time.
Waste of time. I'll tell you, Drake gonna drop a track, he gonna say a couple of subliminals, you the good kid, I'm the mad city, whatever. And then in 2 weeks, everybody gonna forget about this shit. Just like the last time they did the same shit. So yeah. Don't get your hopes up.
All right, let's see. We also have 2 more questions because we gotta ask. Typical. Actually, real quick, who do you guys prefer, Zoro or Sanji? Just innate like favorites or whatever. Do you like one more or the other, or is it just strictly like you like them both?
I like them both. There might be a 1% going to Zoro versus Sanji. I'm-
There it is.
I've gone
No.
through it with Sanji though. I feel like we both have
knew
like obviously as everyone does as a I don't know, as a One
Yeah.
Piece reader, you're like, oh, this is interesting.
Of course. Yeah.
But yeah, I would say
There are moments where you're like, oh, Sanji's my guy, and then
Yeah.
something else happens, and you're like, ooh, maybe I'm gonna see what's up with Zoro for a little bit, you know.
This
But
makes the payoff works, man.
I mean, I gotta agree with Megan. I think if I have to pick a camp, it's got to be Zoro.
But I like them.
But I love them both.
Yeah.
I
Love them both.
The easy choices. That's what a lot of people make. So I understand.
The best character in One Piece.
Nah, not even. Stop it. Stop
man.
it. Before I hop back in that slander bag. I don't know. Chat don't give me my credit for how far I've come with not slandering characters anymore. Everybody still want to call me a hater or whatever.
I feel like you
But I don't
still
slander
throw a few
Zoro.
shots to Jinbei here and there.
I mean, I have no reason to respect that guy until Sanji gets his bounty spot back. But
Bro,
anyway.
What is it with you and being so, like, I don't know. It's just you hate the characters that always seem to be the most, like, helpful. I don't know. And always love the characters who are the most, like,
Bro,
You don't,
because
you don't like Jinbei?
I have no problem with Jinbei, but I had to make a vow to myself that I actually love Jinbei. But until this bounty situation is fixed and Sanji's back to number 3, yeah, I just got to hate on him. So,
Okay.
we're going to fix it soon.
I respect it.
Yeah, after Sanji kills Saturn, we'll fix it. I'm sure after this arc.
Might as well just hate on Jinbei to the end of the series, man. It is what it is at this point, man.
All right,
Bro, I'm telling you, underwater Jinbei is unmatched.
Lucci too, right?
He's literally
Undefeated.
number 1. Big Mom couldn't even finish him off. So how in the world could anyone
we,
else?
we gotta have a conversation
Great.
about these egghead performances because Sanji's been so clear of Zoro this arc. I don't think it's even close. Man.
Oh no, that is well. To be fair, Zoro took out Lucci, like it's confirmed now.
Wow. Okay.
But
Did he or the Jinbei? I don't know.
I don't know. Jinbei said it
Jinbei got
himself.
flung around. I mean, Sanji got flung around by Kid Jinbei in the anime. That's all I remember.
Well, I'm thankfully reading the manga, so yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But
No, but in terms of like overall being helpful to the Straw Hats, Sanji has been better.
Sanji,
I mean, this arc for sure too.
Vice captain this arc has been Sanji, bro.
Yeah,
This
Ran
arc,
the whole
yeah.
ship.
Yeah, he's been holding it down.
I
And
mean,
Zoro's
Zoro
been-
never really been the vice
Zoro
captain, though.
1,
So.
Sanji 2, Luffy 3. Is that what we saying?
Oh, I don't know about that one. That's Krow trying to instigate.
Gold.
All right.
No, that's a terrible decision. What the fuck? Oh my god. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
What's up? We good?
oh
You gotta
yeah.
turn the fucking
Also gotta
water.
ask the basketball question too, if you want to.
Are y'all into basketball at all? Before we waste that
I
time?
mean, my experience with basketball, I haven't watched or followed basketball since like the Lakers like heyday. You know what I mean? When it was like the dream
Perfect. Then
team.
this is a perfect.
Hold on. Which heyday? Because the Lakers are a storied franchise. So.
He's
I
talking
mean, I'm
about
talking-
Kobe and Shaq.
Kobe, Shaq. I'm talking Derek Fisher. I'm talking.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking
Perfect
Rick,
question.
Rick
Oh my
Fox.
god.
You know, I'm talking.
Okay, you
Yeah,
meant
I'm a
heyday.
perfect
You were definitely serious about
Yeah.
heyday.
So Krow, go ahead and ask him. Go ahead and ask.
All right. Who's better to you guys? I don't know why this is a question, but we got to waste our time with this every week. Kobe or LeBron?
Kobe or LeBron?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Kobe all day, bro.
That's what I
Let's
expect from
go.
somebody that ain't watched basketball in
Let's
20 years.
go.
That's how it's supposed to be. That's
No,
exactly-
it doesn't matter, bro. He
That's
remembers
exactly
the
what
good
I
old
expect.
days.
That's exactly what you
remember the good
expect. If
old
you ain't watched basketball since 2002, what should your answer be?
I mean,
Bro,
it's
it
just
don't
heard of this
matter.
LeBron
it's gotta be Kobe, bro. Kobe would have never done Space Jam 2 like LeBron.
Oh fuck!
Yes. Thank
Did.
you.
He never done it. He
Space
was
Jam
offered.
2
He
was
was
a
offered
good
the role.
movie.
He said, "Hell no, I have integrity."
And Kobe
there
got
was
a
a-
16.
I think there was a reason why Kobe didn't do that movie, but yeah, we can carry on.
Wait, what is everybody else? Are there people who pick LeBron over Kobe?
I mean, LeBron is a better
Kobe.
player. Yeah.
Nah,
Jordan.
Don't even.
Bro,
It's
you'll be
some
surprised, bro. It's
stats.
like a 50-50 split when we ask people.
Damn. I mean, are we going numbers or are we going legacy?
I
I mean, I think
just
both. It's
whatever
Kobe.
you
I mean,
want,
it
bro.
is- it is
it's
both.
LeBron.
I say you could choose whatever. It's the same
Yeah,
answer.
whatever is more important to you, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be Kobe, bro. I remember reading a fucking one of the first books I ever read was like a biography of Kobe Bryant when I was like in middle school. I read like his whole life about his whole life and shit, bro. I had Kobe jerseys. I had those like goofy ass Kobe shoes that I don't even know. They look like they were from Egghead, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. The Reebok, yeah, no, they were Adidas actually.
Adidas
Yeah,
joints,
yeah.
Adidas.
They were disgusting.
Bro, I'm
Like,
telling you, every good hooper has a pair of Grinches, bro. I'm telling you.
Grinches,
every
bro,
good hooper
I
has
want the reverse Grinches so bad,
Bro.
bro. Those are crazy.
The Grinches are a staple.
I want to show Megan a
Yo, we
picture
got-
of those shoes. Those are crazy.
Bro, them nasty.
You got any
I'm telling you.
expectations for 11-12?
Well,
Ooh, that is a good
I
question.
did want to ask y'all if y'all were surprised that this wasn't a Zoro birthday chapter. Because that's been a big, like, I think every
Yeah.
stream we've had recently, we've been talking about 11-11 being a Zoro chapter, but that wasn't the case, kind of. So,
Yeah, I mean, we definitely feel it every chapter. It's like we are in the final saga. Like
Mhm.
Oda is not playing. He hasn't been playing, but like for sure, like every chapter in Egghead has been just phenomenal. Like
Of
we're so
course.
lucky to have been able to become weekly readers right when Egghead started. Like Egghead is our first experience as weekly readers. Like that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah,
And
y'all
he's
had the
like,
perfect
I'm
time,
sorry.
actually.
I know it's your birthday, Zoro, but like,
There's some shit popping off.
yeah. There's bigger fish to fry. Right now.
Yeah. And in terms of the next chapter, like, oh shoot. I mean, I even like predicted maybe like going straight into like maybe a flashback, something to do with the robot, or something
Or
to do
just
with like
the Void
Vegapunk,
Century.
the
Yeah.
Void Century at all. But I mean, that might be a bit ambitious. But we need to know why. We need to know why he's apologizing.
Why
I
they're
like
also
Josh's-
apologetic to Joy Boy.
Yeah, something. Oh, that flashback's
Bro, I
gonna be
like
over.
the idea of coming back into the message though, or into the whatever information, into some lore. Like that's like what we get right when we come back after 3 weeks. I mean, I would love that.
What if it's like a Hulk in Ragnarok situation where the robot wakes up and its last thought was what happened right before it got shut off? So like in Hulk or like in
Oh.
Ragnarok,
wake up screaming like, oh,
yeah,
shit.
Banner was like, "Yo, what's going on? Where's Ultron and stuff like that? What's going on?" I feel like the robot might have that type of reaction where like they're still trying to figure out what's going on because
That's crazy.
they're like still on the instructions or mindset of like I was just raiding Mauricio. What's going on?
You might look at Luffy like, bro, you are not Joy Boy. Who are you?
Yeah, who is this mini Joy Boy? What's going on?
Well, I mean, I don't know because
really
the
small.
Dorian Broggie said that he looked exactly like him. They were like, "How did you know
Oh,
what he
that is
looked like?
true.
They're like,
Yeah,
how did you know he looked like that?"
What if he?
And
What if?
then,
oh man, that's
Saturn made sure, like, they was like, Saturn was like, "Do you know who this guy is?" He was like, "He's our friend." And then Saturn was like, "Well, let me shoot this venom at you now before you tell him a little bit more about himself." That probably stood out to me too.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
don't know what's going on for real, for real.
But what do you guys think we're getting when we cut back? Like,
Yeah.
Hopefully some robot. I mean, some lore. I'm always lore piece for sure.
same here.
Yeah.
I've been thinking
This
with
next chapter is gonna be really easy to predict. I could just tell y'all just write it down because like I'll be having the tea. I'm just letting y'all know. So
Oda's
come
informant
back,
over here.
we're gonna come back and the Vegapunk is gonna give us the heads up like, oh, 5 minutes before we say something, and then we're gonna look at the Iron Giant do nothing, and then we're gonna watch Frankie smash those 3 vice admirals because that's light work.
Oh,
for
you
him
lost
at
me.
this
You
point.
lost me. You lost me.
It became a bit
no, I
unrealistic
like it.
towards
No,
the
I
end.
like it.
I
I'm following
like
it.
it. I like
I
it.
like it. I like it.
We just left the realm of
Be
reality.
around like-minded people. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all
Bro, he just had to get
was
saved by fucking the giant because he was going to get one shot by Vice
I was
Admiral. What you
saying
mean?
that the vice admirals by the Sunny are light work for them too, bro. It ain't gonna be nothing for them to get through them. And
Frankie, I need some more
Frankie
Frankie.
can handle
in that fight.
5'10".
oh, easy.
Maybe.
Easy.
Yo, you brought up the giants, right?
Extreme
And
dip.
I've been thinking with the whole. Well, we know giants could live up to like 300 years, right? 400 years. So, it seems when they're talking about Sun God Nika, it makes sense. Like humans, they might have forgotten a lot of the history, but if you think about a giant, is not too far apart from the generation. Like it's not that big of a gap. It's like what, like maybe 5-6 generations away. So like,
Bro, they literally make up 5 times the
They can learn this
generations.
from their parents. Like this
Because
is
the average human life, like a good one without like perilous adventures and stuff, which is usually what happens if you dabble into Void Century stuff, is usually
like
around
my real life, bro. I was gonna say,
70, 80 years. And if
One
you do the
Piece
simple
is
math,
real
yeah, that's 10
Yeah.
generations. But for Elbaf, it's only. But for Elbaf and Giants, it's literally 3 generations. Not even that, because
it's
if
like
they
2.5, bro.
I mean,
Yes,
it
it's
depends
literally
when you
two.
have the kid too, I guess, because you have a 300-year span to have a kid.
Like literally,
But
if a
if there's
giant was
if there's a
born in
giant that's like
Elbaf
400 years
today,
old now, yeah. If there's a giant that's like 400 years old now, their parents probably were around doing Joe Boys there.
But do you think? Because
Yeah.
we saw, I think it was Lil Orange Jr. How do you think a giant ages? Like, do you think they could age when they're like 50? They're still a kid. Like, how do you think that works?
Yeah.
I think Haryudin is a good example because Haryudin was a kid at Big Mom's flashback, and then
Right.
now, well, even during Ohara, which was 20 years ago, he's a grown ass man, and now he's still a grown ass man. So I'm assuming it's like between that age ish. But Haryudin definitely the answer for that.
Probably they age pretty fast, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I mean, there was another theory too. I forgot like who said it, but someone in our chat brought it up, and I was like, "Yo, I don't know if that would actually happen, but I think there could be something there. It couldn't even be. It might not be that far back because if Eam fought the last Joy Boy or knew the last Joy Boy, whatever, it could have been a situation where like they didn't kill them, right? Like because they knew that like killing them would just cause the devil fruit to like respawn somewhere. So maybe like there was somehow, some way, I don't know, they were able to like keep Joy Boy in some sort of like stasis or some shit. And then maybe that 200 years ago, I don't know, Joy Boy woke up and that was what set the giant robot off the first time 200 years ago. But they were too late or whatever. And yada, yada, yada. I don't know if there's any merit to that, but I do like the idea, even though I don't think it's very likely to happen.
Mm-hmm. I like that. It kind of reminds me of the idea that Joy Boy actually had the gum fruit. So the gum fruit, that maybe that could be the reason why the fruit itself isn't recirculating, but instead we have the sun god fruit, which is basically the gum fruit. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's great. No, I mean it's crazy. I mean, I don't know, dude. Some of the theories that I've heard recently, like again, I don't know how likely they are, but I kind of would like if they were true. Like the other one being that with Vegapunk's message, that the Vegapunks that are in that message are the ones that have died. Like the ones that are alive still aren't there. So it could almost be that like their consciousness has somehow been like uploaded into the main frame of the Labo phase or whatever. Like they're dead, but their consciousness is in that computer or whatever. In that
that one's
machine.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that I actually could kind of see because it's been humanity's kind of like obsession kind of to put themselves inside of the internet with their minds and kind of live forever. So if Vegapunk were to do that and kind of like have the internet sort of absorb his being, and then he made this like internet thing where all his knowledge can be passed to everyone in the world, then essentially he's still living with said knowledge and being able to pass it down by being inside of the internet.
Yeah, because it's a crazy coincidence that like nobody else is in that video. It just so happens to be the ones that have died. You know, if it really is pre-recorded. Yeah, if it is pre-recorded, anybody could have been in it.
Yeah,
you know.
Hey, shout out to Flevins for the $5. He said, "Y'all think the frozen prisoner from Impel Down will have any importance?"
I mean, I remember like a few years ago, people were saying it's Roxy Zebek. But I don't know. I don't think it's too important, but we'll see.
Yeah, I want to
definitely have an importance when they did the second breakout. When Doflamingo and them bring out, they breaking them out too.
Yeah, I do think that like this whole ice situation is very important though, because the freezing, especially with the freezing of the Straw Hat, these freeze attacks that we've got, even one of the Gorosei doing now, Brook doing a soul like attack that's involved with ice. I think there has to be something there, like this whole ice related thing. But it is very interesting.
That's how the previous Joy Boy. That's how they did it. They froze the previous Joy Boy with
cryo freezed him.
Yeah,
like
dude, on some Walt Disney shit. Yes, yes. That's how they did it.
That would honestly be insane.
It would be crazy.
Man, all right, what else was in this chapter, man? It's just so packed, man. There's so many things.
All right, I'm back.
I'm trying to see if we covered it all.
I think we could wrap it up right now.
Yeah. I think we got
covered
pretty much everything.
Yeah, for sure.
I just want to say that I gave this chapter a 9.5. I literally couldn't ask for anything more. I felt like the chapter it felt like it was like 30 pages. Like I couldn't wait to read the Shonen Jump today just to see actually how many pages it was. The color spread was perfect. I love French fries. Seeing Kuma was dope. Everything
like
in there was
Luffy
great.
You feel like he was gripping those fries a little too tight though?
Yeah.
Ooh.
This picture reminded me of the Meek Mill in the pool with the fries.
Nah,
in his
bro,
lap.
don't. Bro,
Oh,
Krow,
man.
bro, that made me laugh so much one time. I think it was during the Meek Mill situation. And Krow
Yes,
put,
bro.
but that don't explain why you got fries in your lap.
Like it doesn't explain why you
Bro.
sitting in the pool for like you talking about it automatically stopped the picture, but that's not telling me why this was happening, bro. Like what are you saying?
No, that was my favorite meme from this chapter. Was someone just took that color spread and said like, "Damn, bro, like no one's trying to take those fries from you," because it's just Luffy like holding the tightest
speaking
grip
of
ever.
that,
He's holding him for dear life.
On the cover of Shonen Jump, the picture with Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji is fucking fire, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like,
looks
that is
amazing.
beautiful.
Like that's what a pirate like would look like.
Like, that's the
Especially
most
if you're
Yeah.
a captain.
I didn't mean to
That's-
cut you off though, JJ. You were saying 9.5, dude. I agree.
Man, that's like they say I'm the hard grader, but I just feel like I'm being objective. You know, they played me with that 1109. I didn't say it was a 5. I said it was a 5.5, and y'all need to respect my decimals. But you know, everything about this chapter was amazing, and I was really close to giving it to 10. If we would have got one Frankie panel, it probably would have got a 10. Honestly, I'm just saying.
That's
Gotcha.
I couldn't agree more, dude. I 100% back that.
Sheesh. Okay.
Quality guy, quality guy.
Delusion is rampant these days. But yeah, man, we gotta let's go ahead and wrap it up. First, shout out to Double O Flappers with another $5. Do we think the frozen prisoner from Impel Down will have any importance? I do not remember a frozen prisoner from Impel Down. I gotta reread that personally. I don't know about y'all, but yeah, y'all ready to do outros?
Yeah.
So basically, what we do is y'all just let the folks know where to find you. If you want to plug some future stuff y'all working on, do that. Drop links or whatever. Just a quick outro. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can go ahead and go first.
Plug yourself as much as possible. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So we're Volume 1 Podcast. Our channel's on YouTube, Volume 1 Podcast, where we do cover the weekly chapters of One Piece as they come out. We do anime reactions. We also do other like manga reviews and stuff. We have some interviews dropping really soon. They're actually available to our Patreon and YouTube members now. Some interviews that we did in studio with a couple other people. Some of them we've revealed. Some of them are still a mystery. The first one dropping, though, is with the voice actor, the English voice actor of Scratchman Apu, Gyoko from Demon Slayer. Yeah, his name is Brent Mukai.
Amazing
Super
character.
cool guy. He came to the studio, did an episode. It was so fun. It's so sick. That'll be dropping soon. We also have a second channel, Volume 1 Plus, where we react to like old school, more classic anime like Neon Genesis, Gurren Lagann. We're going through Code Geass right now. And you can just Volume 1 Podcast. You can find links to everything.
I was watching your Gurren Lagann. I mean, you know the big episode that everyone talks about, right? Like I was watching that,
Oh,
because I haven't seen it in like 4 years, but I was just reliving that with you guys, and that was, man, it was great to see your reaction on that.
Bro, I don't think I've ever
First
had
show,
that
bro.
strong of an emotion.
I was stopping.
Yeah.
I was actively like, I couldn't believe it.
I could not I was, shook.
I haven't seen it, but I know what y'all are talking about, and I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, that-
Oh, God.
That shit was crazy.
JJ, let's do a reaction channel, bro.
Yes, sir.
You
Bro, I
guys
feel like
do it. Do it.
He's talking from a mile away.
Yeah. But there's
Hey
many
man, you said
things
that Laker game was the one I had
JJ
to tap in real quick. My bad.
Oh,
What are
yeah.
we reacting to again? I'm
This is
down to
reacting
watch the
to
first
some
season of
anime, bro.
Pokemon right now.
I'm not watching Pokemon, bro.
Bro, I want to see
That'd be the
JJ's
very
reaction to
best.
Kuroko no Basket, please.
Oh my god.
Oh,
bro.
that'd be so funny.
that'd be
That
funny.
would be funny.
That would be so
as
funny.
I would watch the fuck out of that.
That
I don't
shit's
know if I could
hilarious.
react to something if I can't pronounce the title. I don't
It's
know.
basketball.
It's
It's
basketball.
basketball, bro.
Basketball anime.
Oh, okay.
But it's madness.
It's
basketball
madness,
is
bro.
doing it a disservice. That's not basketball, bro.
Bro, that is superpowers disguised as basketball.
That's
Like,
NBA
it is
Jam right there.
nuts.
Like,
It is
literally,
so
it's worse than Space Jam, bro. I don't know what that is, dog. This man is shooting the ball from everywhere, bro. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right, y'all keep plugging. My bad. I don't know if y'all was done.
No, I mean that's pretty much it. Yeah. check it out. Check us out if you haven't already. But yeah, thank you guys for having us on.
Yeah, this was so much fun.
Anytime. Whenever we can work it out in the schedule, we're always down to come back.
Oh, for sure, for sure. All right, JJ, talk to him, especially since you was a little late. Get off your chest whatever you missed. And you got a super chat. I think it's specifically for you, so go for it.
Yeah.
You know that's exactly what I was going to do. You know, I don't know if y'all know Double O Pleasant because he be on y'all side, but I feel like since day one he been riding with the guy. You know what I'm saying? So Double O Pleasant is definitely the right hand man of the top man Pirates. But other than that, y'all know it's John Sherrod on all social media. Hopefully I'll be a little bit more active with these socials. Krow been on my head, and I'm gonna be a little bit better. I'm gonna make my homie proud. You know what I'm saying? We got to see what we doing for these next 3 weeks. You know, I'm like, we ain't gotta wait for no chapters. If we want to get back to Thursdays, you know, let's discuss what we want to do. But take your time, Oda. You know, everybody was really rocked by that, but we didn't know Akira Toriyama like you did, so we could definitely understand, you know, needing your time. I hope you get the rest and the mental, you know, space that you need to, you know, come back and finish off this story as great as you've been writing this so far. Just make sure you give Frankie some armament before we leave this island. John Sherrod on all social media, OPU, we do what we do. I'm talking over the hate. Holla at me.
Is it hate? I mean, look, if he get it, he would have got
it's
it.
Hate. It's hate.
All right. If I can give up on Sanji with Conquerors, you can give up on Frankie with armament. Let's just make a truce. Oh, he getting a phone call. All right.
He left. He said what he had to say and left.
Oh, wow. All right, Preach, let's hear it.
It was you know, we were missing for 2 weeks, but you know, we had a good comeback this week. A lot of big chapters, the last 2 chapters, and you know, it's crazy. Like every chapter in ACAST so far has, like we were talking about earlier, ever since Saturn showed up, it's been like 9s and 10s. Kuma's backstory, like, and just continues, man. So I'm really enjoying One Piece right now. I want to give a big shout out to Volume 1 Podcast. Make sure you guys go check their channel out. And I've been a big fan since, you know, early days, man. Talking like 1K subs, maybe earlier. But you guys always been putting the best content out as far as podcasting and reviewing manga. And so, you know, I've really been a big fan. Even like your other series, not even just One Piece. Like I know you guys were doing One Piece for the last couple of years, but even before that, when you were covering other series, I've been a big fan. So make sure you go check them out. They got some fire content.
Thank you, Preach.
Yeah, they got the Preach cosign for sure.
Thank you, man.
For sure.
If I could just jump in one more time, I wanted to show love to them too, because I was listening to the stream and the chemistry and everybody was bouncing off each other so well. I really ain't want to jump in, but it just sounded like so much fun. I just had to. So we really appreciate you guys coming through. Like y'all was the best guests.
Now see that's the thing about their podcast. Like, bro, Josh and Megan got a chemistry, like just really fun vibes and stuff. Like, bro, I could really tell like y'all are really close friends in real life.
Yeah,
Thanks, man. We love talking with you guys. Like, again, anytime. Like, hopefully I won't sound like this next time. But yeah, anytime. Like, this was so much fun.
For sure.
No, yeah.
All right, Prince.
We'll do it
Prince,
again.
let's hear it.
Yeah. What's good, everybody? Man, I feel like it's a reoccurring theme that I say this, but I am working on some YouTube videos right now on the Prince D Professor channel. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Like I said earlier in the stream, I want to make an Usopp video about Elbaf. I want to make like a Nami video as well, work on some other things, Endgame and stuff like that. So I am working on those. But in the meanwhile, I do want to see like what you guys would have in mind for stream ideas, because I was just considering like maybe streaming almost daily, but we'll see about that. But other than that, please do 2 things. 1, subscribe to Preach's channel for more things OPU, also just Preach's content in general. We love it. But yeah, and second thing, please go subscribe to the Volume 1 podcast. They've been amazing guests. They've been very cordial, respectful, fun, great to hang out with. So please do go subscribe to them. They make great content. They're great people. And yeah, we love to have you guys here, man. It was really great. So thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Yeah, so y'all can find me on Twitter at Majin Krow with a K for the Crow. This is a very fun Oh, we did not promote the merch this stream. That's interesting. We'll do that next stream for sure.
See, y'all, we're not sellouts. But
Yeah,
go buy the
you
merch.
can check out opu-shop.com for some merch we drop. A decent amount of people copped and they send us the pictures. Everybody loves the merch so far. They're rocking with it. So go out and get it. Don't be hesitant. Trust me. You will enjoy it, and you will not
Buy
regret
your
it.
mama one too.
Yeah, whoever, loved ones, brother, father, significant
Christmas is
other.
near.
Yeah,
Get those
Christmas on the
Christmas
way.
gifts taken care of.
Exactly. So
You never know. 2.0 might be dropping soon. Oh,
very, very. So yeah, I've been doing my tech and stuff. I just made a thumbnail for another video that I'm gonna record tonight, and we'll have that out before the end of the week, hopefully. So yeah, subscribe and look out for fighting game content from me. I just got started with it, but it's fun, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
go subscribe to Krow's channel. He already got a decent amount of views on his first video. Encourage him to make more. Go. Everybody on here, go subscribe to Krow's channel. All right.
For sure.
Volume 1, y'all on Twitter?
Yeah, we just followed you.
At Volume 1. Well, we follow the OPU.
Yeah, we followed all you guys.
Yeah, at Volume 1 Pod on Twitter.
Yeah,
Actually, on everywhere.
everywhere.
I got to mind my
What's your
tweets.
channel, Krow? What's the name of the channel?
Oh, Majin Krow is I dropped the link if y'all want me to. Can I link my own channel? I don't know.
I can link it. Yeah, I'm trying.
Of course you can. The hell are you talking about?
But yeah, like I said, I'll be talking about anything on Twitter, so mind me, but not too bad. I don't know. I've been playing Dragon's Dogma a lot lately. That shit is fun, bro.
I haven't played Dragon's Dogma.
It's crazy.
Bro, what's that?
One of them ones.
One of them
Y'all
ones.
in the stream?
Yeah, in the street.
Yeah.
JJ,
All right.